I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be, what's good? It's the number one chief rocker in Knicks universe, your man's Uncle Freezy. And welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. You know how we get started, bro. Y'all, guys and gals, y'all know what's up. We start with a blue tears, orange tears, blorange tears, bim, 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 bim. Let's go. Y'all know how we rock. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a sticky juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Scream! Yo, what's good, party people? What's good? It's good to be with y'all, man. It's good to see y'all. OUA Knicks podcast is in the building. Big up, big up, big up. What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good? T. Williams in the building. Payback Carter's in the building. Pudge Nice is in the building. Mr. Vince, I see you, big brother. Andrew College is in the building. Corey Lee was good. Snipes Entertainment was good. Was good. What's good, y'all? Shotgunners in the building. What's good, y'all? What's good? I see y'all out here. Let me start with a quote from the great American poet. Let me start. Now, where's my thing at? I got okay. Let me start with a quote from the great American poet Melly Mel. Melly Mel says this: a child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through. You'll grow in the ghetto, Madison Square Garden, living second rate, and your eyes will sing a song of deep hate, because the place you play, Madison Square Garden, and where you stay, Madison Square Garden, looks like one great big alleyway. Bim! right? That's for my people, my long-suffering people, right? And here's a quote from the great American poet Grand Puba to let you know how difficult it is for us to constantly get on, and give people what they want. It's hard being the number one chief rocker in Knicks universe. Never said it was easy. But at the same time, I love it. I love being y'all number one chief rocker. Who rocks the mic more than Uncle Freezy? Nobody. I'm the number one chief rocker. I'm starting your mornings off the way your morning's supposed to be started off. And I'm sending y'all off at night the way that y'all nights are supposed to be sent off. Right? And so I'm gonna quote something from the great American poet Grand Puba. And Grand Puba says this. Now, a lot of people think this is as easy as it looks. Books and books of rhyme concepts and hooks. Session to session to get thoughts manifested. Stressing and stressing to hit the world with a blessing. Bam! That's a quote by the great American poet Grand Puba. Right? Be civilized. What's good? Shotgunner, what's good? Lily Phillips is in the building. Drip more. What's good? Knicks Boulevard is in the building. AI crossing people up. What's good? What's good? Almighty Finesse is in the building. Kerry Cox is in the building. Brian Dutton, what's good? I see you. And listen, I know y'all have subscribed. Consider being a member of the channel. You know what I'm saying? Help us do our thing. Right? Because membership will have its privileges. I'm working on, I'll do better with the membership thing. But first of all, what membership does is it puts an icon by your name to let other people out there know that you are a supporter, that you are a financial supporter of the channel. And basically how this thing works is as YouTube tells me, when a member makes a comment in the chat, that I should prioritize that person. So if you have the support thing by your name in the chat, I pick your comment and I put it on the screen and acknowledge it. That's how it's supposed to work. Right? Like, say, for instance, when Mr. Vince says something, regardless of whatever, I'm supposed to acknowledge Mr. Vince. Like, hey, Mr. Vince. Mr. Vince says salute to everybody in the chat, small folk, Kevin Durant, dust settle, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? All right, but let me do one more thing. I want to do one more thing, right? Consider being a member. Smash the like button. Support the channel, man. Help us grow. Right? Help us grow. But I want to quote the great American poet Prodigy. Golden State Warriors, this is for you. As I quote the great American poet Prodigy, our summer league team. This is inspiration for y'all. Prodigy says, there's a war going on outside no man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You walk around with your head down, scared to look. You shook, because ain't no such things as halfway crooks. That was a quote by the great American poet Prodigy. Right? Right? That was a quote by the great American poet Prodigy. Right? Let me do this thing here. I want to bring up, there it is. All right. This right here, party people, is your New York Knicks Summer League roster. This is your New York Knicks Summer League roster. Right? This is your New York Knicks Summer League roster right here. What are y'all looking forward to? What are y'all most looking forward to from this Summer League team? What are y'all most looking forward to? Are y'all looking for a star to be born out of this group? Kevin Middleton always reads my mind, man. I don't know what it is. Listen, man. I don't know what it is about Kevin Middleton or whatever. And this ain't disrespect or whatever, but I be trying to get to a point, and Kevin Middleton always just like extract what I'm going to say, just put it in the chat. Am I that easy to read? And it's not everybody. Everybody don't do it. It's just like a couple of people, like they read my mind. Like I guess they've been around me for so long, they already know where I'm going. Like Kevin Middleton, just like, all right, Uncle Freezy, get to the point. We know you are high on Trevor Kills. Kevin Middleton is just like, yo, man, nah, it's Kills. It's Kills. Hurry up and get to it. Right? They legit are like, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Shout out to Kevin Middleton, by the way. I don't know what the thing is with me and Big Kev, but it's like some people just like legit read my mind. Yo, still Knicks fans is in the building. What's good? What's good? Still Knicks fans. Big Ron in the building. What's good? Let me do this right here. I'm gonna just because I don't have a tip off because I don't have an expectation from everybody on the roster. I'm gonna put this thing in the chat and just let us get down to the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put the thing out there super early. This is less than the 20-minute mark before I put the thing in there. So we're at like 13 minutes. And I already have the link in the chat. Usually I want to go for like 30 or 40 minutes. But I legit want to talk to y'all about the Summer League roster. Right? Anthony D, what's good? Hard Will is in the building. Jay Boogie is in the building. What's good? Still Knicks fan says, hi to women and children. There is a killer amongst us. Too much. Hard Will in the building. What's good? Right? Knicks Boulevard is in the building. What's good, y'all? So what in my small expectations, right? And in my small, Jamie Peralta was good. In my limited expectations, I expect the Knicks to put emphasis on backcourt shooting. Right? Backcourt shooting. That's what I expect the Knicks to work on this summer league. Last year, our backcourt shooting was terrible. Right? Cats were trying to tell me stuff like, oh, you got to let the backcourt grow. You got to do this. You got to do that. I was like, nah. Because the NBA, and they tell you in commercials, the NBA is a make or miss league. And if you're missing more than you're making, compared to league average, we got to get somebody else to start take your spot. Right. What are you guys' expectations? Mr. Vince says Tibbs should start Grimes at the 2 with RJ still at the 3. Then McBride backs up at PG with IQ and Obi. Cam and Isaiah Sims at center. Interesting. So what I'm going to say to you guys is this. Kills and Grimes, our best shooters. What I'm going to say to you is this. I'm not really on the Grimes, whatever it is. He is what he is. He's going to be a good player and all that stuff, man. I ain't ready to knock him. I ain't ready to hate on him, right? I'm really intrigued by the newness. I'm really intrigued by the hotness, right? I know what y'all want to say already, right? I know what y'all want to say. Like, Knicks fans always get intrigued by the shiny new toy. Yeah, we do. Hey, Miss Geraldine, how you doing? Yeah, we get excited by the newness. The hotness. Yeah, we do. And I'm one of them. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Harlem Girl is in the building. Harlem Girl, Harlem World, stand up. I want to get into my love affair with Trevor Kills. But first, I'd like to thank everybody that came through last night for the Knicks at Night podcast. We had Uncle Alchemy on, the Golden State Warriors YouTube content creator, kind of like myself. Uncle Alchemy is the Golden State Warriors version of Knicks Fan TV, except maybe bigger. Right? He is their version of Knicks Fans TV, except probably bigger, more reach, more reach. And Knicks Fan TV is gonna get there, man. Love CP and them. Shout out to all the Knicks content creators, as a matter of fact. Terry and Trey, where y'all at? By the way, CK2K. Shout out to all the Knicks content creators, man. Knicks Film School. Nothing but Knicks, my family. Nothing but Knicks. Knicks Fan TV. Everybody else. Everybody grinding, doing anything. But I want to get into my love affair. Right? My new heartstring. Trevor Kills. Listen. .6'5", 221. Silky smooth looking jump shot. Unselfish. Bro. He is so raw at the moment that I really don't want to say. I really don't even want to mention him. Right? He is so raw right now. I really don't even want to mention him. I love him, though. And I love what I think he's going to bring to the roster. Right. Yeah, man. Hey, working hard for everybody. Listen, hey, guys, listen, guys and gals, listen. Don't y'all deserve your own platform, and this is what we trying to provide it for you. We're trying to provide it for you, and it's not easy either. By the way, it's not easy. You got to keep up with like subscriptions. Like you got to keep up with cleaning the glass. You got to get these advanced metrics websites. So when you, and then you got to keep up with the video editing stuff, man. And so like y'all see me escape a little bit and go behind the scenes and do a little in-show production, post-production, pre-production. It's not easy, bro. That's why I say, that's why I always shout out Knicks Fan TV, bro. That's why I always shout out CK2K. It's why I always shout out Knicks Film School. It's why I always shout out Nothing But Knicks. Because in order to produce a joint that looks halfway decent, it takes a lot of time, man. It's not as simple as clicking that live button. Right? And that's why I always quote the great American poet Grand Poobah. And when I say a lot of people think this is easy as it looks, books and books of rhyme concepts and hooks, it's not as easy as, but you know what is easy? Exhibiting the passion to come here and rock with y'all. Let me take this down because I want y'all to understand what I'm saying to y'all. Like all the stuff, preparation, all that stuff, it's not easy. But you know what is easy? Coming to rock with y'all every day. That's the easy part. Coming to rock with y'all. Like sometimes our opinions about the Knicks are so opposed to each other. Sometimes we take it personally when we shouldn't. Sometimes, like Sherwin M will say something about Emmanuel Quickly, it'll be like a rock in my shoe. And then when I tell him he wrong, it's like a rock in his shoe. I don't know what Uncle Freezy is saying quickly. I don't know what Uncle Freezy is seeing Emmanuel Quickly. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll say something about Quentin Grimes that'll make Paris Duggar so frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Because we'll be on opposite side of a thing. And it ain't like a personal thing. It's like just opinion. And it's like we emote our opinions, and sometimes I can be wrong. Sometimes y'all can be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is the passion for being here is still here. And I know y'all are like, Uncle Freezy, stop talking about loving Knicks fans. Stop talking about showing love. Start talking about stats and numbers. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get to that part. I'm gonna get there. But what I want you to know is that everybody that rocks the spot is not Stephen A. Smith. Like, I'm not gonna slam you guys. For what? For what? What am I gonna slam other Knicks fans for? We all in this together. I'm not gonna go behind the scenes and call y'all dumb or none of that stuff. That ain't me. And I know some people that even been on this channel think that way, and they not here no more. And it's for a reason. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I'm wrong, I'm gonna admit I'm wrong. Right? And then when y'all are right about something, I'm gonna big y'all up. Like when Sherwin M predicted what kind of record we were gonna have last year. And the first thing I did after the season was over was bigged up Sherwin M because he called it before the season even started. Right?
Well, what did he call Freezy? Salute to the chat. What's happening, guys?
What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe? How you doing, man?
Good.
He said this year right here, the season that just passed, was going to be a bad season. He said everybody in the Eastern Conference improved except the Knicks, and the Knicks were not going to win 40 games. At the time, I didn't want to hear it because we were coming off of the playoff season. I didn't want to hear it. I was like, Sherwin M, you crazy. We might win 55 games. I was wrong. He was right. Give him credit.
Because he read it. He read it better than we did. We seen a bigger picture, and he read it as Randall was falling off and the team was falling off in the playoffs, and Kemba was washed. And Fournier was a defensive player that he kind of seen a fall off. I seen a fall off defensively. I'm not gonna lie. Well, offensively, like I thought we would have been a lot better. That we would have been able to hold it above 500, but that wasn't the case.
Right. No doubt. But the thing is, let me do something real quick because I want to pull something up because it's gonna be an item we got to discuss this morning. Let me do this real quick, Joe. I don't have a producer behind the screen. Sometimes I just have to, take pause and just do things. So yeah, man. So the thing is, shout out to Sherwin M. I'm gonna shout him out a couple more times, and then I'm gonna get back at his throat.
This isn't news.
Yeah.
This is expected.
Yeah, it's
I gotta wait a little bit, but they hit us. But you know what, Freezy? The media done us dirty. The Knicks never come out and said nothing or done nothing. Family ties. The only thing they might have done wrong was showing up to a game. But the media done the rest.
Right.
The media had all this stuff out way too early. Shams, the media set the Knicks up. Adrian Wojnarowski tried to set it back. Remember, Shams reported the deal done an hour before free agency opened up. Right. And Woj tried then to backtrack it to say they were meeting at like 7:00.
Right. Excuse that, man. Let me mute myself, man.
And I think all this information the media was getting, a lot of it was from the Dallas side.
Probably. And that's the reason why you have tampering rules in place. So that when you have a free agent, you get the opportunity to talk to your own guy.
But their own guy didn't even want to speak to them. That's why I think then they had it out to the media at the beginning. So we kind of knew this was going to happen. And I think they kind of knew with the family ties and kind of that he wanted to play there. But they didn't do themselves any favors. They had Brunson coming off the bench as their sixth man when he should have been starting. We seen it once he was put into the starting lineup. The team was way better. It took an injury for him to get there. They waited twice to pay him, which was a lot less. So the kid was like, he goes, I'm going to go somewhere, get the same money and go somewhere where I can have the ball more and somewhere where they believe in me. My dad's there. My godfather's there. My agent knows them like the back of his hand because it's his own father. It's like the connections are there. He knows when he comes here that they're going to believe in him. They're going to trust in him. I don't think he had that feeling with Dallas. I think he felt if he signs this deal in a year or two, Dallas were going to move him for an upgrade. And I think he knew it.
Yep. Hey, Joe, I got it, man. I hate water, bro. I drank some water and it went down the wrong way. I'm going to disappear for a second. So that I can get rid of this cough right quick. Hey, you mind, Joe? What do you expect from Summer League?
Summer League. I don't expect much when it comes to winning, losing, anything like that. I just want to see. I want to see development. I want to see Grimes start being able to shoot off the dribble, like off the pull up. I want to see McBride just get better at getting to the cup. Just certain small things I want to see. But so we don't have Quickly, we don't have Obi, and then they're going to be main two contributors this season, or they should be. Grimes is going to be a contributor, so it's more important to see his development. And then I want to see how the new kid plays, the guy we got from Duke. I want to see how he plays. A lot of people are high on him. But this is Summer League's all about just development, but seeing what some of these guys have. Like I was watching some of the games early, and people were high on Keegan Murray, did a great game, and he followed it up with a bad game. So, these kids, they're up and down. But it's interesting. It's basketball. I haven't had basketball for a minute. This Jalen Brunson thing, man, guys, I just don't. There's something scratchy here to me. There's something not right. I think this is all media driven. This is all media. The media pushed this out more or less from the draft. I want to look back like at history. You've had Lonzo Ball last year at the minute of the deadline. Like everyone kind of knew he was going to the Bulls. People forget the Kyrie Irving situation back in 2019, where Celtics 2 or 3 weeks before free agency, Celtics were kind of letting it out there that he wasn't coming back. And then 2 weeks, even before the draft, you heard the stuff about him wanting to go to the Nets. They didn't really get hit. So this is all. It's the Knicks' worst kind of scenario is Dolan pays a few fines, a second round pick taken. But this is all. It's all just Knicks for clicks. It's all money media driven. It's okay. I hope they have the same energy when we win the chip. When we start making runs at the playoffs, have the same energy. Because of these Stephen A. Smith and these guys on ESPN and Shams, these guys athletic, trying to set the Knicks up. But when they win the chip, you're not going to hear much for them. It's going to be all quiet. We're all going to love it. This is hate. And I hope all this hate does drive RJ, just drive Jalen, drive these guys. Because that's what this organization's been dealing with. It's been hate for 20 years, and maybe rightfully so. But over the last couple of seasons, there's been no dysfunction to say that this franchise deserves it.
Right.
We've been more stable. We've made, ups and downs. It was a bad year last year. But to me, at 37...
it was a bad year on the court. It was a bad year on the court.
Yeah.
Right? Right, okay.
But when it comes to function, and then some stuff a little bit off the court, but front offices, they deal with it. Players, and it wasn't front office stuff. It's more to do with locker room stuff with Julius and the connection with teams in the locker room. And then maybe a few stuff with Thibodeau in the front office, but nothing really dysfunction. And I think it hurt the media. It hurts the media because they've never had to talk about the Knicks in a positive way. And that's fourth seed. They were able to talk about the Knicks in a positive way and help viewings. And the fact that the Knicks fell off, they keep bringing the Knicks up in a negative way because, yet again, views.
Right.
So this franchise, it's not going, but it's not going where it should be as fast as it should be off the fourth seed. But we kind of should see the big picture. In a big picture, we're going somewhere.
Excuse me.
1-2 big moves away from contending the championship. We just them moves need to come. You just gotta wait for them.
Right, Joe. How was this news about the Knicks when the Knicks were not the only team to sign dudes early?
I'll tell you, Kyrie Irving situation. The Celtics had it out I think it was a week before the draft. They started letting it out that Kyrie was leaving.
Right.
Then even I think it was a day or two before the draft. Then you started to hear from Shams that Kyrie's looking at going to Brooklyn, and then the KD stuff kind of a couple of days, and then it all happened. But that stuff was led now up, like that's tampering. But nothing was said for that.
Right.
The Nets made a move kind of similar to clear cap. I think it was the night before the draft or the night after the draft. They had Alan Crabb on a 2-year deal. And they shipped him to Portland. They gave up a first. And from that moment, they opened up. I think he was making $20 a year. He was getting way overpaid. I don't even think he's still in the league. I don't think he made the last year of his contract. But
Alan Crabb?
Yeah.
Don't he play for the Knicks G League team?
Does he?
I think so.
Oh. No, last time I heard it, he was a good shooter, but they overpaid for him. But I know they traded him to Portland and attached a first. And that opened up the extra 20. And they knew D'Lo was going to be a free agent. So that opened them up with $60-something million to bring them two guys in. But all that was done leading up to the draft. And then the names were put in with the Nets. There's no tampering there.
Right.
LeBron James to the Lakers. They knew about that stuff as soon as the finals was over. He was a free agent. They're like, you going to the Lakers. All that stuff was reported. No tampering there.
The rumor was he was going to LA before the season was even over. But it officially gained steam and traction at that time that you mentioned. Right?
And they tried then to throw Philadelphia and the Knicks in it for a little bit to try and throw things off, but everyone knew he was going to the Lakers.
But you knew he wasn't coming to the Knicks.
No.
Because he had bought the house. He had already enrolled his son at the school, Sierra Canyon already.
Yeah.
Remember? So how you gonna enroll your son? You and your son live together. You roll him in Sierra Canyon, right? Right.
Like, you want to know tampering? Like, there's other tampering going on now because I seen over the weekend Kyrie Irving bought a mansion in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
He haven't moved yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he know there's going to be a deal done whether he's leaving next year in free agency and they walk if there's no trade, or they're going to trade him there. Right. That's not tampering.
Yeah, it's a risky business, bro. Joe, was it worth it? Was it worth it though?
It'd be worth it for them. Like, and I think Brunson would be worth. You giving up a second-round pick. Yeah, Dolan is going to have to write a check or two with some fines. It's nothing going to be crazy. Now, if they start taking firsts away, I'm going to lose it. And then they rightly should. The Knicks fans should lose it because every other team, it's been second-round picks. Known a man with tampering for years. It's been second-round picks, and then now you're going to involve a first.
Right.
When the kid's godfather's president of operations, his father's the coach, and a guy he knew since he was a kid with the Knicks, when his dad was playing with the Knicks and Tibbs was with the Knicks. So there's all them connections, family connections there. Like, there was no family connections with LeBron James. It was Magic Johnson was like, hey, LeBron, you want to come play in Los Angeles?
Hey, and you know what? I'll take it even further. You remember that the whole idea was, hey, bring LeBron and Magic. You work on getting Ben Simmons here, so we'll get the. Not only will we have the LeBron, we'll have the next version of that LeBron too. And Magic Johnson let it slip on ESPN. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Ben Simmons. I talked to Ben Simmons all summer. We exchanged. Magic, what are you doing? You work for the Lakers. You can't say that you've been talking to another team player all summer. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's like then the Lakers, remember the Lakers got slapped on the wrist for the Ben Simmons thing. And all of a sudden since then, you hadn't really even seen Ben Simmons on the court.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw Ben Simmons play?
Freezy. You look at the Devonta. People wanted Murray. Murray's press conference said a lot. He was like, "Oh, it was a land or bust." That's not tampering. He wanted to play with Trae Young. Mm-hmm. And then conversations weeks or even probably a month or so before the trade.
Mm-hmm.
They work for both of them are with Clutch. They work out together. They played. I think they know each other well. So and that's not tampering,
right? I don't care. Like, and I know you're in the same boat. You're in the same boat. You're like, we know it's tampering, but you know,
second round pick.
Yeah. I went Harlem Girl on this one, man. We knew this was coming. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the Knicks. See, because the thing is Jalen Brunson wasn't the only free agent that signed within that first period. It was about 50 signings. Right? It was about 50 signings. People were going off the board so fast. You're like, damn. Right?
Free agency was done by like 6:10.
Yeah.
The majority of it, and then you knew the big fish were going to sign big extensions,
right? So
you knew they weren't really hot at, and if it was going to be sign and trade. So,
yeah. So it's like, so how does the front office? Well, it's crazy. It's crazy, but
we knew like halfway through the season. I kind of figured I was like Brunson, the connections, he's balling out. They're going to go after him, and they might pair him and Ivy. Like, the Ivy thing, I think, was real. They were going to try and pair the two of them. But Brunson, I think, was always going to be on their eye.
Yeah.
I think what screwed up this whole thing was Woj. Woj, the minute they made that trade to get Durham back in the draft, and they sent him to Detroit to clear cap, Durham was like, the Knicks are clearing cap for Jalen Brunson. And that's more or less like it's that itself there is like you're setting them up.
Right.
And it's like, I doubt Knicks information, like, was it SNY got it more or less after the draft? But when it comes to the Knicks, like, the Knicks don't talk to anybody. You think they're telling Woj every single thing they're going to do, especially knowing the way the tampering rules are?
Right.
So this, to me, is all coming from Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas knew leading up to the draft. That's why. And then when they moved up to move second round picks up with the Kings to get Jaden Hardy when he fell, I was like, okay, there you go. They're the same thing they got Brunson. They're going to come in, groom him, and he's going to be there too.
Okay.
They kind of knew, and that's why I think all this is from the Maverick side.
Yeah, and so to sum this up, and not to cry over spilled milk, or turn a molehill into a mountain, right? We knew this was coming. And when the Bulls did it last year with Lonzo, when the Knicks didn't even submit an offer for Lonzo Ball, they knew he was going to Chicago at the opening of free agency. We knew that they were going to get tampering charges, right? Because the Knicks passed up on a trade for Lonzo at the deadline because they figured, once free agency opens, they can at least talk to him. But come to find out, they couldn't because Chicago had probably been talking to him all year. Back channel.
And that's why I think this year was like, they want their guy. We got to get at him early. And the people are trying to say, oh, they hired his dad. It's the time. You hiring the dad had nothing to do with it. Maybe it's something to do with it, but when it comes to down, the dad has been working with Tibbs in like 2 different stops. Has been with Tibbs since Tibbs and the coaching staff with the Knicks. They know each other for same agency, same everything. So that has nothing to do with it. I believe even if Jalen wasn't coming, they were still going to hire Rick Brunson.
All right.
This has been in the works. I believe they probably would have hired him day one, bar he had some allegations against him. But I think when Leon Rose and Tibbs first got here, he would have been on the coaching staff.
Right. Right. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So
I can't wait till we play Dallas. I hope we get Dallas in Dallas first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to know because Jalen is going to drop 40 piece.
Really?
No question. I mean, that the Kamasi, and then they're going to put the tampering charges. They're going to have the Knicks are going to be revved up, and Jalen Brunson to be revved up for that game. So Dallas in Dallas, he's going to drop a 40 piece, and we own Dallas. No matter how, they're a way better team. But when we got
Julius owns Dallas. Julius Randle owns Dallas. Julius Randle, for some reason, takes that game personally.
And as I said, Jalen's going to take that too.
Right.
Because you see, this is the tampering charges adding to it. So we're going to continue. We're going to continue in Dallas.
We like to call it adding fuel to the fire.
Oh yeah.
That's what we like to call it. Adding fuel to the fire. Right? Basically what it is. Right? Am I wrong?
No.
And two, so for the record, I'm not a Luka fan, bro. I have never been a Luka Doncic fan. Do I respect Luka's game? Yes. Do I respect his love with? I don't respect Luka, bro.
No.
For one, when you're that good, can you at least get your fat rump in shape? You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I dislike about Luka. It's like he makes the game look so easy for a dude that's. I just imagine what he can be if he got in peak athletic condition.
And that's why you gotta respect this game, because it's like this fat ass is running up and running up and down the floor, guy out of shape, and he's still going to the Western Conference Finals with a bunch of bums.
With a bunch of bums. That just shows you how good he is just with natural ability. Right? I respect Luka. I'm not saying that I don't respect his game. I respect his game, bro. I respect his court vision. I respect how he manipulates the defense as a primary ball handler, bro. I respect all of that stuff, but he's doing it. Dude showing up to camp, 243, 245. You got to wait till he get down to about 218, 219.
He in shape now.
Huh?
He in shape now. Will he keep it? That's the thing. But he in shape now. He looking good.
Right. No, I'm talking about previous stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
he hasn't been professional. That's the problem. Is like he's basketball wise, yes, but like with himself, like as a player, he hasn't looked after. He hasn't been like a Kobe Bryant or like the guys that want to be great and get themselves perfectly in shape. Right. I think he will. I think Jason Kidd brought a lot out of him. I think his injury last year might have done something to him, and he looks like he's in shape. My issue is like, will he keep it? Like if he wins a chip, say next year, the year after, will he then go out of shape again?
Right. And the other thing too is the dude cries about everything on the floor. Luka Doncic, like we legit roast Randall for complaining to the refs, right? And you see Randall get beat up, and you're like, "Hey, man, yo, stop crying about it, man. Just play ball. Stop crying to the refs. They'll get it right sooner or later." Luka flopped in the Knicks, bro. We played them in Dallas, and this dude got bumped by Mitch and fell out of bounds like a chest shot by a shotgun. Really, Luka? And you laying on the ground, waving your Luka, what? Look, come on, really? Mitch bumped you and played through contact. You slid out of bounds and you waving your arms and legs like a dying cockroach. Man, Luka, get up, play ball, man. Stop crying. He cried all the way up the court, all the way back, trying to win the play. He crying to the ref. The ref right there. The ref like, man, play ball before I check you up. Play ball. He's like, I don't get any calls. I'm a star. I don't get any calls.
And that surprises me because the European game is way tougher because there's no foul calls. You have the abuse in the like. That's why I think he's so clutch is because what the fans is like in their games, like they're you children cursing him out, like fireworks and stuff going off. You have like 50,000 seat arenas. That's where I think he's built for the NBA. Right. But where I'm surprised is the physicality. He whines too much. Because the game in Europe was way more physical, and he was a kid, and he was able to take it.
Right.
I think that he's come over here, and he got soft, and he's got to the point where he's the softest when it comes to that type of stuff, crying, complaining, trying to get calls. Like the dude's strong, like he's an animal, like physically, but everything he complains about.
Right.
And that's the one thing I don't like about him. But other than that, I'd trade the whole Knicks franchise for that dude. And build a new one. That dude he's going to be something if he can stay in shape. But I agree with you, the crying and the complaining is much.
Him and man, watching a Dallas and Golden State game, I swear, it's like watching Housewives of Orange County, bro. All the dudes complain about calls. You like, oh my God, y'all play ball. Steph Curry out there complaining. Draymond Green might be on the Mount Rushmore of complaining to the refs, bro. And you got Luka out there complaining, and you're like, man, just nobody want to watch this, bro.
I think it's a mixture of both too. It's like players are getting soft, they're getting more money and they're getting softer. And number two is the officiating is getting abysmal. Right. The NBA got to clean both sides up and get these guys stop crying. You need to get bigger fines, quicker texts, but the referees need to get their head together too.
Yeah.
Because they be sleeping sometimes, even in the finals.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of these calls and then, like that they're not giving, and then all of a sudden, then they start making bad calls or giving fouls left, right, and center, and it's like, well, what are you going to do? Are you this game going to be soft? Be consistent. Is the game going to be soft, or are you going to let it be physical? You can't let it 1 minute be physical, the next minute be soft.
Yeah, or let it be like that from refereeing staff to refereeing staff. Okay, such and such, the officials, this group of officials here tonight, so we can play wide open ABA ball, and then the next night you play in DC and they're like, no, tonight we're playing 90s basketball. You know what I'm saying? You got to be consistent if you're the league. Knick-knack. Oh, yeah, knick-knack. Oh, LeBron and AD. Oh, my God. LeBron and AD crying to the bro. It's crazy.
I mean, LeBron has the refs in his pocket. LeBron has everybody in this league in his pocket. Whatever LeBron wants, LeBron gets.
Right.
I'm worried for the next great in about 10 or 20 years. That when the next big great, like LeBron level, Jordan level, he's going to be worse when it comes to crying because the game's going to be softer. Right. And he's going to be playing for about 10 different teams.
Yeah, the next great is Victor Wembanyama. Period. Ain't no doubt about it. Because the dude is already moving like a 6'6" wing player at 7'2". Right? Yeah. And he dominated Chet Holmgren, the number 2 pick in this draft. Dominated him in a head-to-head, and he's younger. Right? But on my Knicks, though, I want to get into my love affair of Trevor Kills. Joe, I'm not one for. I'm not one for big songs and dances when it comes to Knicks players, bro. I love who I love, and I'll keep it to myself. But I love Trevor Kills, and I want the world to know it.
What's special about him?
He's my heartstring. That's what's special about him. That's it. Like I know you're gonna ask me, like, why do you love him? Can he jump out of the gym? No. Why do you love him? Is his handles, is his crossover elite? No. Joe, this dude, bro. Joe, trust me when I tell you this. This dude is gonna make that second round impact. Probably bigger than Jalen Brunson, bro.
So you think as a second round pick, his career is going to be a better impact than what Brunson's done so far?
Yep. Right out the box.
Oof. It's a take, Freezy. Because the kid, even though like people do be hating on him, what he's done for a second round pick has been pretty good. You do that redraft, he's going top 10. But Kills, I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of. I watched a little bit of him in Duke, but I haven't sat down and really watched on him.
Joe, I'm telling you, with Trevor Kills, if your name is Quentin Grimes, you might need to pack a travel bag.
Bring out every road game because you might not be going back to New York. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. If your name is, I'm telling you, bro, if your name is Quentin Grimes or Miles McBride and you just watched the Knicks draft Trevor Kills and John Montero, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I heard somebody. I heard somebody say better than McBride.
I heard somebody say John Montero should be sent overseas to someplace that he ain't never been and play over there like Rokas. No. John Montero's from the Dominican Republic, man. Come on, let's not do that. Let's not send John Montero to Russia for 3 years. We ain't doing that. What I'm telling y'all, Knicks fans, is Uncle Freezy has damn near a new favorite Knick right now, almost. I love RJ, and I love Cam Reddish. My two favorite Knicks right now are Julius Randle and RJ Barrett with Cam Reddish nipping on Julius Randle's heels. I love Julius Randle, bro, as a player and a person. Right? Those are my favorites. everybody have their own opinion, and I'm not going to knock anybody else for having their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is this: Trevor Kills has the game that is going to impress people as Knicks fans. This last year, this time, people were like getting all over me. Why don't you like Grimes? Why don't you like Grimes? I just don't like Grimes' game, bro. I just don't. To be 6'4" and not be a jitterbug, kind of like not to be have that to be a stiff athlete at 6'4". I'm just not feeling it. Right now, is he going to be a good NBA player? Sure, he is. And I'm not knocking Grimes. And this is not a me talking trash about Quentin Grimes being a ham sandwich thing. This is I like Trevor Kills more than I like Trevor. Oh, you know what? Let me just say it. I like these guards selected this year almost better than I like the guards that we chose last year.
I don't know about Keels. I haven't watched much of him because I haven't really interested. Because I know he ain't going to be getting much playing time. Montero, I'm interested because I seen him early on. Because I looked at the point guard list early when the draft process before college ball even started, and he was supposed to be in the top 5, top 10, top 15 of the draft. And he looked promising. I seen his high school tape, and then some tape in Overtime Elite.
Right.
I thought he should have been drafted. He might be one of those guys that was going to go mid to late second round, and the agent just said, "Yeah, just don't draft him."
Don't draft him. Let him pick where he want to go.
Yeah, because that's starting to happen now. These guys are like, do you know what? I'm going to make a little bit less, but at least I pick my destination instead of being like stuck drafted the second and being cut.
Right.
So but I like Montero. Montero is something. He's just very small.
You talking about Montero, right?
Yeah, he's just very small.
Tony Parker type impact, right?
Nah.
Yeah, Tony Parker like not Tony Parker like impact. That was a reach. Tony Parker type skill set, maybe.
Yeah, but AD smaller.
So the thing is I ask you this: are you impressed by a dude that scored 6 points a game and had a negative net rating, or are you impressed by Trevor Kills?
You talking to me?
Yes.
I don't know because I haven't seen Kills really play that much. I've seen some highlights. I wasn't extremely high on Grimes either. I thought he could be a good player, but I agree with you. I don't like the size is what. If he was 6'5", 6 or 6'6", fine, better. But the fact, like people say 6'5", he's closer to 6'4" than he is 6'5".
Yeah.
So to me, that's an issue because then he's one position. He can't play a point. He doesn't have the ball handling, the speed, the playmaking, whatever. Play a point.
He's not explosive.
Too small to play the 3, so he's basically a 2. He can defend 1 and 2s and 3s, some 3s, but I don't like him defending 3s in a playoff game or in any serious or and even in a four quarter of a game where it's tight. Right. So it's like, what does he fit in? It's kind of like he's like a small Joe Hart.
Hold on. Are you talking about Grimes?
Yeah. Sav said Grimes is a better athlete than Kills. That's hilarious, bro. Yeah. Kind of like Lonzo Ball is a better athlete than Zach LaVine. Yeah. RJ Barrett is a better athlete than Grimes.
You have been killing Grimes since the moment you heard his name attributed to the Knicks, God. I can't with you, Freezy. I can't with you. What Joe just said about Grimes is blasphemous. You hear me? Absolutely blasphemous. It's not about the size of the dog. It's about what's in the dog's heart.
Right.
So all of that 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", I saw Dennis Rodman stop Shaquille O'Neal in a playoff game. Dennis Rodman is 6'6".
Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal is 7'2", 80 pounds heavier.
Wait.
That right there,
Are we
I don't understand that.
Are
Yeah, but
you
you think
comparing,
Wade and Winston
are we
too.
comparing
Hall of Famers to Quentin Grimes?
No.
Okay.
The thing is like sometimes we attribute what a guy can do just based upon his measurables. That's crazy to me. That doesn't say how good what he has in his heart, what he has in the tank.
But that's not what I said, AD.
No, not you. I heard what Joe said. How Joe put it for Grimes, and I didn't understand that.
The thing is the conversation is centered around Grimes not being particularly big and particularly athletic and have certain measurables that you would want to have at the position for you. Listen, we all know that guys with the perfect measurables can be bust too, right?
Yeah.
We had Kenny Walker, right? We already know. We had Jordan Hill. We had Kevin Knox. We had Frank Ntilikina. So we know the measurables are not the only thing, right? But what I'm saying is with Grimes, and I don't want this to be about Grimes. I don't want to. What I'm saying is Trevor Kills is going to make an impact on y'all, and in about 6 months, y'all gonna be like, Uncle Freezy, I told you back during the summer that Trevor Kills is going to be the man. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And in January, people are gonna be like, yo, me and Uncle Freezy was on the Trevor Kills thing early. No, we wasn't. It was just me. I'm that person.
I can't begin to say I know much about the kid because I don't. And if anyone has heard me on these airwaves the last couple of years, no, I do not watch guys in college anymore the way I used to. Just don't. But to be fair, I need to go take a look at the kid to see what you see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I remember last year when I was telling cats about Jared Butler Jr.
I like him.
And all you can hear about was he got a heart this, he got a heart this. I'm like, okay, fine. There's other guys that played this game before that's had heart issues.
Jeff Green.
And not everybody died like Hank Gathers, Reggie Lewis. Not everybody died. That's straight up talent.
Right.
Straight up talent. He's one of the reasons why Utah can look to move Mitchell because what? He can flat out ball.
He can play, and he is a leader. He's the dude that we should have drafted in the second round instead of Rokas Jokubaitis.
Agreed.
Right?
We should have drafted.
I will not disagree with that.
I was absolutely, but at the time I'm like, okay, Knicks brought in this dude. He's a draft guru. He draft guys, whatever. We got to roll with him. When the Knicks bypassed Jared Butler Jr. all of those times, I was like, okay, they must know something. They must know something because he fit the bill of what they needed badly.
Right. Because ultimately, he is what we signed. Ultimately, he is anyway, he's just a good basketball player. I'll just leave it at that. He's going to be a good basketball player. Yo, Ron Cleveland in the building was good. Let me put this out here for my man just real quick. Bam. Yeah, ultimately, Jared Butler is a very good basketball player, bro. Very good. Very, very, very good basketball player. Right? But let me ask you this. Let me get back to our topic du jour. What are y'all expecting from the G League? Not the G League, but the Summer League games. Sirs.
What's going on, peoples? What's going on? Salute to the chat. What's going on, Florence Tears Network? Man, hey, y'all get them likes up.
Ron?
Get them likes up.
Run them likes up.
Ain't a request, it's a command. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. You talking about the best team in the NBA period. I don't care if we ain't won a championship since 72, 73.
Right.
Still the best franchise. Period.
And Uncle Ron gave you a direct order.
What's up, Chop? What's up, Chop? Where them links at?
You ready? Anthony A, Uncle Freezy. This is my man Joe Madden. Salute.
Joe Madden.
What's up, Chop? What's up, Ron?
Not to be confused with John Madden, you heard me?
No.
And nobody says Joker's bias better than Freezy.
Eddie. Hey, Freezy made me have to come on here. I hear you, Freezy. Freezy, you know, hey, Grimes gonna make you eat them words, man. You been calling Grimes a ham sandwich for a minute.
Yeah, he a ham sandwich.
Hey, remember Obi now. You had to backpedal off Obi. I'm telling you right now.
He ain't Obi,
you know what happened? You wouldn't be saying this if Grimes didn't get hurt, because Evan Fournier was about to lose his job, and everybody knew it. He was going to the bench. Grimes was about to put him on the bench. And there were games when Grimes was healthy where Fournier was going to the bench in the third and fourth quarters. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I look at Grimes' game, I ain't calling him this guy, but it's very similar to Klay Thompson. Very similar. Very similar, man.
Talking about Trevor Kills?
No, talking about Grimes.
Oh.
Grimes' game is very similar. Trevor Kills, I'm going to tell you, I looked at Trevor Kills, man. Trevor Kills is just a muscle-bound dude, man. He ain't got no explosiveness and stuff like that. I looked at him. I watched him. Yeah, he can ball, but he ain't all that now. Don't act like Trevor Kills is the second coming of something.
He's better than Grimes right now.
He looked more like a Baines, or he looked like a Lou Dort type too. But will he become them? All I know is Grimes got drafted.
He'll be better than Lou Dort and Desmond Bain.
I don't think he's gonna be better than Grimes. I'm gonna tell you that
right now. Better than Bain. Bain's looking nice now. I know he's playing beside him around, but he looks good.
Desmond Bain is 24 though. Desmond Bain is 24.
I'm gonna tell you, Grimes ain't no pushover on this team, man. I'm gonna tell you, most of these guys on this team that's role players, Grimes is one of your better ones. He's one of your better ones.
He is definitely a role.
Yeah, he's a role player.
He definitely a role with Ham stuck between it.
Okay. We're gonna fight. Hey, y'all remember, y'all keep them receipts, man. Y'all keep them receipts on. Hey, you know the chat ain't gonna let you forget it.
Man, Grimes is 2 slices of Wonder Bread, 99-cent cheese. You know, 99-cent cheese you get 24 in the pack.
Boy, you something else.
You get 24 in the pack. And luncheon meat.
Boy, Freezy, you hard on Grimes though, man. I'm so glad you stopped bothering Obi though.
Obi is gonna be all right. Right? Obi's gonna be all right.
I'm gonna tell you what Obi's gonna cause, and I've been saying this. The Knicks gonna have a problem on their hand next season. They're gonna have a problem.
More problems?
Obi contract money. Obi is about to get paid, man, next season. Mark my words. Mark my words.
If he does it, because he's going to say to them, look, this is where my rookie extension, he's not going to get the max, but this is where he's going to want a number, and it's going to be close to 20 because this dude's 25 years old.
And guess what's going
to happen? He's going to tell them it's either pay me, because they're going to be like, oh, well, you haven't done nothing for us. He's going to be like, because you haven't played me. So he might be like a Cam Reddish situation where he might say, you know what, I need to go somewhere else where I can prove myself and get my money and show what I can do. Because if he is stuck beside Julius, he's not going to get money. He's not getting what he wants.
Obi gonna show it furthermore. He gonna build off of the end of this season. He gonna show it more, and the Knicks gonna be in a conundrum because somebody's gonna pay that kid. Somebody is gonna pay him. You can book that. You gonna book. You can go ahead and book that. I told you that one too, Freezy. Wait till the end of the season. Mark my word. Ron Stradamus.
I like it.
You know the thing about
That was
Obi.
funny. That was funny. You got it.
You know
I
the
like
thing
that.
about Obi, though, man. Seriously, when I
Mhm.
think about Obi, is what I saw them last 2 weeks, and I know people say, he played against it. I don't hell that. That's NBA talent he going up against. It ain't guys at the rec center.
Right.
When I look at what Obi did what we expected when we drafted him. The way he played them last 2 weeks is what them draft reports was saying about Obi. And fellas, y'all know this. Once a player has confidence, it's over. Obi knows he belongs in the league now. It ain't no more questions of looking at the sideline and Tibbs yelling at him and he looking lost. That guy's gonna pop this year, and they're gonna have to make a decision. And I've been saying this for a while between him and Julius. It's gonna be obvious. Julius better make sure he's on his game this year because Obi coming for that spot.
Hey, so I was what I wanted to do is hey man, if Obi coming for Julius, I'm fine with that. I think competition makes everybody better. I think iron sharpens iron.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And if Obi beats out Julius, then Julius is just beat out.
Yeah, and Freezy, you ain't the only one. Sherwin, him, that's my dog. But hey, Sherwin, hey, I've been keeping my eyes on you too, man. You been hard on Obi. Obi gonna make you a believer.
But what about Grimes? What about Grimes, Ron?
Like this kid
Grimes,
needs.
Grimes a baller, man. Grimes is a very good role player. That's what I see out of him. He ain't gonna be no superstar. And tell you this, he's not gonna be the reason.
Shaking his head, Ron.
He's not gonna be the reason why you lose games. That guy's a smart ball player, man.
Grimes
and that's what I like Grimes. And his defense is better than advertised too.
Yeah, but the stats say he a net negative. When he on the court, the Knicks get 2.5 points worse.
Well, how much they get when Fournier on the floor?
I don't care about Fournier.
Oh, you should care because he's the one ahead of him.
I'm talking about Grimes.
According to our draft, what is it? Our lineup, he's ahead of Grimes supposedly, and he getting paid way more than Grimes.
All right, so hold up, Uncle Ron, is this and Joe? Is this in question? Because if Grimes show improves better than what he was doing in Freezy's eyes this past season, does Uncle Freezy have to eat a Lunchable? You know the kid's Lunchable that has the little ham and crackers and cheese?
Oh yeah,
on the
he
show?
gonna you know what, Chop? Matter of fact, he's gonna have to eat that on camera.
On camera.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna tell you this, Freezy. Think about this. Them reports about Fournier being traded is a reason why.
Right.
It's because of Grimes. It's because of Grimes.
That's because they don't want to pay the money.
Production out of Grimes for less than what they're paying Fournier. Because they sure ain't gonna put your boy Trevor Kills in that starting lineup.
Really?
That ain't happening.
I would offer you this. If he was so secure and Miles McBride was so secure, how come the first thing they did in the draft and undrafted free agents is draft their replacements or draft dudes that play the same position when they had
So you just switched to Miles McBride now? I thought you were talking about Grimes.
No, I'm talking about that draft class from last year.
Okay.
They obviously don't want to give them the keys yet. You have to have some vets.
Yeah. Grimes ain't ready. Grimes ain't ready, but I can tell you, not Grimes. McBride ain't ready, but I can tell you this. Grimes is more ready right now to take that spot from Fournier. And we saw it last year. Everybody who was watching them Knicks games, you saw where Tom Thibodeau start putting Grimes ahead of Fournier. It ain't no secret. And the fact that Fournier on that trading block, man, it's all because of Grimes. And
I think it's because of McBride. I think it's because of Reddish.
Nah, they're looking for an upgrade at that position. They're looking to try and move whatever they can to get an upgrade. Grimes it won't go into the starting. It'll be Fournier, and if they can, then when they move Fournier, they'll look for an upgrade, or Grimes might have to spot start. But they're looking for an upgrade. And what I think Cam Reddish needs to beat all them dudes out. I think Cam Reddish needs to be starting at the 3. Arch needs to go back to the 2.
Need and will is two different things. I don't think he beat Grimes. He ain't gonna be no 2 guard. He ain't gonna be no 2 guard, and they are very comfortable with RJ playing that small forward.
I don't know how comfortable they are with it.
They didn't even go draft a small forward or trade him.
But Cam was small forward.
Who?
Yeah, one thing happened though.
No, I'm saying
RJ Barrett played the 3 this year. RJ Barrett played the 3, and the team had the worst record it had than the year before. Right? That's not coincidence.
But was
right?
it interchangeable with Fournier and Cam?
RJ
I mean, and RJ?
RJ at the 2 is probably better for the offense and defensive execution for the Knicks. Right. And you find a small forward like a Cam Reddish.
And it's better for RJ. His strength going to the cup against 2s is a lot easier for them having to try and play bully ball against 3s.
But the problem with RJ right now, and everybody know this, RJ ain't a shooter. He's not a shooter. That's why they ain't got him at the 2.
Well, Ron, you want to know something?
Guard, you have to shoot.
You're right,
he shot 40% when he was at the 2. He played the 2 the whole season. When we went to the 4th, he shot 40%.
The whole season at 2.
Yes,
he was at the 2 the whole season. Reggie Bullock was the 3, and he shot 40%.
You talking about Reggie Bullock? You going all the way back over a whole season ago? We talking about what happened this past season?
No.
But wasn't they interchangeable, Fournier and RJ? Wasn't they interchangeable?
No, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. He said when RJ started the whole season at the 2, he shot 40% from 3, and he right. The numbers dictate. I'll pull them up.
And Fournier was playing the 3.
So Freezy, answer this: Why your front office? If RJ, if the deal is for RJ to go to 2, why didn't they go get another small forward? Especially when you got Cam coming off a shoulder injury in which he rehabbed and didn't have surgery.
Man, I am not sure, bro.
Hey, Freezy.
That's why I ain't convinced with that theory.
Ron, I'm gonna
tell RJ right at that small forward. They're gonna leave him right there.
I'm gonna pull it up so you can see it.
And then look at all the draft what them boys went and did, man. We got a bunch of guards on this team still.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
I just read on Bleacher Report that the Nets are seeking an all-star player and first-round picks.
Uh-oh.
Do we
Wait, didn't the Nets, Danny,
to give?
Didn't they sign some dude earlier? I saw it.
I'm gonna tell you what.
From Indiana?
Danny, I'm not trying to help the Nets at all. Clean up their mess. I'm not helping them. I stay far away from them. And that's what everybody should be happy about, man. Everybody who was crying about KD and Kyrie coming to the Knicks and Knicks didn't get them, be very thankful we didn't get them.
Yep.
They would have ruined this team, man.
Yes. My name is Joe, and I don't know.
They're trying to be coach, player, management, and owner.
When it comes to the Nets, my name is Lee, and I can't see.
Get them out of town.
Get them.
Can't see.
Well, Ron, when you were saying about like them trying to get a 3, you look at the draft. The best 3 available is AJ Griffin. He has broken knees and he's 18, so that was no. That was no. And then you look at free agency; it's a weak class. And realistically, I'm looking at what they've done so far. They've sent out more than they brought back in. What I think, and Knicks fans aren't going to like it, and everyone come out and said it. They talked about the young guys. We've heard their rumors of them trying to move Rondo, Fournier. This franchise is about to ready to go into a rebuild. They're going to move out and bring nothing back in and build with this young guys for this year and see what happens and go with the flow. If they win games, great. If they lose games, they're back in the draft. Great. That's how I think that's how it is, bar any big trade. If it's not a big trade, there's no trade.
Joe, in the chat, my man Otherwise just brought up a good point. He said they're probably going to be putting Obi at the 3. That wouldn't surprise me.
Because of the explosiveness. He's more explosive and more a highlight player.
Offensively, no problem. He's shown he can hit the 3 and stuff, but defensively, man, he's going to get killed by some of these
y'all
threes.
Stop acting like Obi trash on defense, man.
No, I'm not saying he's trash because but it's a change of the position, Ron. You're playing against quicker, stronger guys at the 3.
Bro.
That guy done improved so much since he been here, man. I don't hear nobody say the guy improved since he been here. Every time everybody talk about Obi with defense, it's like Obi the worst thing since sliced bread.
I agree. The defense is improved, but that's at the 4 and at the 5. You put him against the 3, he's not guarding big men anymore. He's guarding guys 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", athletic wings, the best players in the league. Most of them play the 3. Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Jason Taylor, the likes of Jalen. You're going to be guarding these guys. That's different.
That same premise of what you just said, players going to have a hard time trying to guard him too.
Yeah.
Because we know his offensive skill set is elite.
Yep.
His skill set. I ain't saying that he is elite, but his skill set, what he does, what he can bring to the table, that guy got offensive game. It's the reason why that guy was a Naismith College Player of the Year.
And he's a bit younger.
The guy is he's an offensive machine, man. And once he put it together, it's gonna be great for us, man.
But so, Ron, when I
we
remember
gotta stop
back,
that bashing Obi, but his defense, because I've seen players play
Did
worse.
y'all say Obi Toppin got better defensively? I mean, I laughed, man. I ain't mean
I'm talking about the eye test, Freezy. The eye test, that man did get better, man.
All right.
I watched that man guard a few people one-on-one, moving his feet, something a lot of people say Obi couldn't do, and causing people to miss shots, trying to guard him. And I can't think of who it was, and I was surprised watching him. But he did it a few times last year.
Here's the numbers.
For the record, the defensive rating, the higher the number is, the worse it is. Right? You want your number to be low, right? Obi Toppin's defensive rating as a rookie was 108.3, right? Right. Obi Toppin's defensive rating as a sophomore is 110.7. So he got more than 2 points worse, and he played more minutes, right? So the thing about Obi getting better defensively based on defensive rating, that's what everybody goes by in order to judge if you're a good defensive player or not, right? It's a combination stat of a lot of different things. Obi did not get better, bro. He got worse. Right? And I'm not bashing Obi. I don't want people to think I'm bashing Obi. All I want to do is just show the facts. You see it right here on the screen. The source I'm using for this statistic is a website called StatMuse. Right? And a lot of people use StatMuse for stat tracking. Right, whether it's offense or defense, shot charts, whatever it is, right? What I would say to y'all is yes, I want to see Obi Toppin on the floor more, yes, right. But I'm not going to make an excuse for him to get there. I would just like for Obi to improve in a lot of areas, so that he can be more efficient when he's on the floor, right? The other thing about Obi is I would love to see his hustle stats improve, like more deflections, more steals, more blocks, more rebounds. I like to see Obi improve in those areas, especially for a dude 6'9" with a 44-inch vertical. You would think his rebounding numbers would be more impressive, seeing the God-given gifts are there for him to be a 13 rebound guy. You know what I'm saying? A 9 rebound guy. You know what I'm saying? But Obi is the guy, when the ball goes up on the rim, he takes off the other way to cherry pick and get dunks the other way. No harm in that, because the defense, the team you're playing against, has to guard against that too. That means they can't ever let their guard down. Ever. They have to be a 94-foot team with Obi Toppin on the floor. Right? But my personal preference is I like my bigs to be bigger, tougher, stronger on the inside, protect the rim, rebound, block shots, you know what I'm saying, get deflections and things of that sort.
But you know what though, when you look at Obi game, it's more of a finesse game, man.
Yeah.
He's a finesse player. He's not a bruiser. He's a finesse player.
Yeah, and now I feel you. I feel you, Ryan. And that's why I want to clarify, saying that my preference is one thing, and not talk about what he can't do, because I don't want to bash Obi about what he can't do when I know everybody's skill set is not the same. I don't expect Obi to be Ben Wallace, right? And so to the people that love Obi, man, love on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking you. You know what I'm saying? Like who you like. I'm not saying you shouldn't like a certain player and all that stuff. What I'm saying is I think the Knicks probably need more of the late season Obi as opposed to the first year and a half Obi that we've been getting.
And I think that's what you're going to see.
Oh, sorry.
I think that's what you're going to see too.
Right.
Even so much so that Tiz basically went out and said it. He wished he would have played them more. Who is the them? We know who he's talking about. That same guy who had career highs in 1 week in about 3 or 4 games.
Right.
And people can say what they want to say, man. 35 and 40 points ain't easy to score in this league.
No,
period.
it's not.
Against anybody.
No, it's not.
And that's they have the issue with Obi is now you have this guy locked up. Like we trying to move Randall. Remember the contract is only kicking in this. The extension only kicks in this year.
Yeah.
So that's where the problem is. He has to perform close to where he was. So you have to play him big minutes to get him moved to get Obi in. But how long is that going to take? And that's where I was saying back then was hold on to him, and they should have left another year on his deal because right now he would be an unrestricted free agent and we wouldn't have him, and Obi will be stacking in. The fact that we instead of waiting the year we paid him, now we hamstrung ourselves.
Yeah, we got to deliver on our hand next season.
Instead of being patient, because the dude, it wasn't like people were saying, "Oh, pay him." I was all in for trading him, but I get it. Keep him. He was balling out. See what happens. But paying him was the problem because his stats and everything he's done his whole career, that 40 was an anomaly. You paid him off an anomaly. Even though it was a discount, it's now put yourself in a tough position because you have your 8th overall pick who's 25, going to be 25 years old, who needs time, who deserves time, and you're going to have to pay soon. But the dude in front of him, you're giving $26 million and he has 4 years left on his deal.
Right. Hey, Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, what was Obi's stats in the last 14 games? Man, I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure what they were. I know
he was
in
on
the
fire.
last 5 or so games.
His 3-point shooting and everything was ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm gonna go behind the scene a little bit to get RJ numbers. I'm here. I'm just gonna pull up RJ numbers.
Yeah, but Joe, I hear you, man. You making good sense, man. It's the New York Knicks right now, because this is what I was thinking about. Next season, you got Obi, IQ, Cam, all 3 of them guys eligible for extension. Matter of fact, Cam eligible right now because he came in with RJ. You can't. Well, you can pay everybody, but chances are we know they won't. So somebody's gonna get traded. I'm preparing myself for that. Somebody's gonna get traded because IQ and Obi, them guys are gonna ball this year. It ain't a question of if. Them guys gonna build on what they did. And IQ always been solid since he been here. You know what I mean? You can't pay everybody. It's the same situation that Golden State got into with Gary Payton Jr.
You think they're gonna try to move Grimes?
But that's the problem when you start throwing money at vets. You start throwing money at vets that aren't going to be here long term, like D Rose, Randall. You're going to hamstring yourselves. You're going to have to heavily go over the cap to pay your own guys. That's why you don't spend money. You put your money into your own guys that work, and the ones that don't work, you let them go. Or you trade them.
That's exactly why I would have moved Derrick Rose and Taj off this team.
I don't understand. Taj is still making $5 million. They haven't waived him and given him the minimum, which I think is $1.5 million, the vet minimum. They've kept him on the $5 million. You've kept Fournier. You haven't traded Fournier and got off any money at him, and you still have D Rose making $14 million. D Rose, we know when he's healthy, he's going to block minutes from quickly. Fournier is going to block minutes from the youth. So there's the problem they have, and they haven't made any of these. Like even with Taj, and it's too late to get off that money now because no free agents left. So it's just cap. You're just sitting there.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this.
Where they made the mistake was all that should have been done open in free agency, and you would have been able to bring someone else in with Brunson, but they didn't.
But you know, the Knicks got another open spot for the mid-level exception. I think it's $5.6 million. But if looking at Leon Rose's track record is any indication, they might not fill that spot. Because since he's been here, we've always had one spot open.
True.
They might keep that.
They might keep it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to throw it at Melo.
My man Hardwill said I seen Melo meet with Dolan. You think he coming?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't
be surprised. There you go. There's your mid-level going there. If it's Melo.
His son plays in Brooklyn, I believe.
I don't mind Melo coming here, man.
Either do I.
Because he could produce.
I hope he comes back, Ron.
He could produce. I'm not mad at it.
I hated that Melo left because Melo got a raw deal. People was blaming Melo for what went on, man. Melo was a stand-up dude with this Knicks organization.
We need that vet.
One of the last ones to say he wanted to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And didn't come here as no bum at the end of his career. That dude came here at the height of his career. So,
Ron, you're right.
Much
They
love
give
to
him
Melo,
the
man.
business.
I mean,
That
Much love to
video.
Melo.
Coming home.
It was that fiasco with Phil, man. How that thing, the front office was in shambles. That's why Melo got about it. If we had somebody with some sense, Melo would have stayed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The thing is, you bring Melo in, I get it, but then he's too old to play the 3 now. He's been playing the backup 4. He's not going to come here and not take 0 minutes. Like, I get it, he just wants the ball, but he's going to want some sort of minutes.
Hey, Joe,
So
have
then
you seen the
Obi,
recent video on Melo?
Rondo.
Have you seen the recent video on Melo? Melo
No.
looks smaller than he has his whole career.
He lost weight,
Oh, he
right?
has?
He looked smaller than he has his whole career.
Seriously? Ronnie, that wasn't his kid? Because he's been balling out with his kid. His kid is tall and is tall like
no. It was Melo. It was Melo. It wasn't his kid.
No, you could tell the difference. Yeah, you could tell the difference.
It was Melo.
Not only that,
They've been playing together. They've been working out together.
And for everybody, Melo was tired of feeling that mess that was going on, man. Melo didn't
remember what Phil said? Uncle Vaughn, remember he said something, they came with a posse and such, and
that was LeBron's statement. But with that Melo situation, man, Melo was just a casualty of a bad situation, man. Y'all remember how bad we were? When they finally moved Melo?
Mm-hmm. But hopefully Melo comes with the vet.
Phil was forcing that man to try to give up his no trade clause. Did we forget that? And that man was still going to be here.
Right, he had a no trade clause, clause.
One thing I'll say about Melo is that he came to play every time. He came to play. He came to play. So I would never.
When nobody else was showing up, he came to You're right.
He asked for help. They got him Bargnani.
Wow.
We had dudes like Lance Thomas on our team.
Wow, I forgot about Lance Thomas.
Man.
Lou, what was it? Lou Amundsen?
Amundsen, yeah, I remember Lou Amundsen.
A bunch of journeymen and
Lou Amundsen, the ponytail.
The ponytail. It was a short ponytail, but yeah.
It was Melo. It was Melo and 4 other dudes. It could have been any. It could have been any 4 of us on this panel playing.
Wait. Then we got Baron Davis, and he hurt his leg.
Oh yeah,
also,
that
was nasty.
But that was a good season. That was a good season though.
Then we brought Rasheed Wallace before he retired. We brought Rasheed Wallace.
Nah, that season was great. That was that 54 win season.
Melo is gonna help them young guys with their footwork.
Yeah,
we had kids.
That's how I'll get him for Obi.
He's gonna help.
If Obi could get footwork like Melo, oh God, you're talking about a dangerous player.
Right. Even RJ, I've been saying, what if RJ was to work out with Melo? People are like, oh, forget Melo. I'm like, no. What if he was to work out the same type of style gameplay?
I'm gonna tell you, I'd be happy if Melo came back, man, because we definitely need help at that 3.
I tell you what,
still play the 3.
Hey, Ron,
and let him retire here. Let him retire here.
You don't want him to play. You don't want him to play starting minutes at the 3.
Nah, 15 minutes.
There's
like 15 minutes.
To play that 3 for about 12 to 15 minutes a game.
Yeah,
and I think he's content now. Look, his journey, he's content now to just to be off the
I think
bench.
he just want to see his son play basketball because his son play out in New York. He want to be close to him. So, because remember, it was between us and the Lakers, and his son told him. He said that his son told him to play for the Lakers, and he'll be all right. And then, because he wanted him to get that ring, but obviously that didn't work. So I'm assuming that he just want to be close to his son versus anything else. Because if you got kids, is more important than anything.
Yeah, that right.
I'll pass.
I'll pass. I knew it.
I mean,
I'll pass.
You'll
Everybody doesn't want Melo back.
Yeah,
I know why.
And
we don't have that say.
It's not.
I want Melo. Ron wants Melo too.
It's not that I dislike Melo. It's not that I dislike Melo, and it's not that I'm saying y'all are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving every spare minute I have to one of these young kids.
There we go.
I'm sorry, Melo. I'm sorry, Melo. The time for you to be here is gone. Your number should be retired as a Knick.
What's up, bro?
I love you, but no, I'll pay.
So Freezy, the only problem with that statement though,
I knew it.
The only real small forward on this roster is Cam.
True.
Right, he's 6'7".
Yeah, but Melo ain't been a real small forward for 5 years though.
Yeah,
Melo ain't been a real small forward.
You don't have another small forward on the roster.
But Melo's not a
Melo
small
6'8".
forward.
Give to the play that small forward.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Would you replace Taj with Melo? Because Melo still produces. Taj can't really
Absolutely.
produce. That's what I'm saying. I would rather replace
That's a good
Taj
question.
You
with
talking about at the backup four?
Oh,
At
yeah,
the backup
absolutely. Get
four?
rid of Taj and take
Yes.
D-Rose out of there too and bring in Melo.
Yep. I would bring in Melo if he gets Taj gets some minutes.
I just want to know what three Melo taking time from. Because we only got one on the roster.
Hey, somebody got an echo.
Somebody watching.
Joe, I think that's you.
Somebody watching YouTube and on the
Yeah, that
stream.
was Joe. That was Joe.
Joe wanted to hear something. Shout out to Joe.
We get Melo back. My brother going. My brother's his favorite player. So
We
my
get
brother
Melo
gonna go
going
crazy.
Hey,
He gonna go crazy.
Man, my thing is sometimes as Knicks fans, man, I think like the conversation moves in a way that is not really true to what our heart is saying, right? Like for instance, all season long we've been doing like the Knicks Morning Drive, right? And people have been barring me with play the kids. Why Tibbs won't play the kids? Why Tibbs playing an old man? Why Tibbs giving the old man minutes? And then Carmelo comes available, and we're like, yeah, man, we could sign Carmelo back. And listen, if you said that about Taj, bro, you could say the same thing about Melo. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Melo is legit older than Taj Gibson. When the season starts, Carmelo Anthony will be 38 years old.
It's different.
Yeah, but he's better than Taj.
No, I think what Freezy's scared about is Tibbs is going to play Melo. He's going to start Melo.
This is the thing I look at. The reason why
Melo got to come in and say, I don't want to start.
Because we haven't addressed the small forward position. Only person we got three small forwards in name on this team. Obi, Randall, and Taj. You got one small forward. You got one small forward in Cam on this team.
6'7", 6'8", or 6'7" and 6'9".
On a trade right now that's going to give you better value coming off the bench than Melo. I ain't want Melo to start, but I want him to be on that bench because he's an insurance policy. I know that much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
What if that happens? What would you say then, Freezy?
I'm fine with it, man. I'm fine with
Well, if Cam start and then Melo back him up. So
back
then
him up.
And then you'll have, let's say we keep D-Rose or whatever. We have D-Rose quickly or whatever, whoever quickly. Or if we get rid of D-Rose, so we have quickly Grimes, Melo, Obi, and the white kid.
Who's that white kid?
Hartenstein, right?
Hartenstein, yeah.
Hartenstein.
Hey, for the right. So for Hartenstein's not white. He's mixed.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
He's mulatto.
And Freezy, I'm gonna tell you, I'm with what you're saying. If we had another small forward, because it really shocked me that we went and got that Hartenstein kid after signing, with the Mitch, knowing that Mitch was already in the works that they were going to re-sign Mitch. Right. So I'm like, oh man, we went and got another center. We got Jericho. Why we ain't addressing this small forward position? Because we got a guy coming off a shoulder problem that didn't have the surgery. And I want y'all to remember that. That man he rehabbed the shoulder. That thing can pop out again because he didn't have that. He didn't have the surgery.
Yeah.
So who you got behind this guy? We have nobody else at the small forward position. You'll be asking Obi to play that small forward position. And we already said, everybody done said it. They don't want to see Obi at that small forward position because what he can't do, Freezy.
Hey, but David Parker says, hey man, please stop this nonsense. What the fact that so the thing is okay. All right, so I was trying to be nice about it. Right, but here go me being real.
Don't put that trucker hat on.
What do you want, Knicks fans? Y'all double talking hypocrite ass. Y'all talking about play the kids all season. Play the kids. Fire Tibbs because Tibbs won't play the kids. And then I get on here and echo what y'all say, and then it's like, oh, Freezy, man, come on, bro, you can't do. Nah, man, that ain't what we.
Like, nah, man, we're no black sauce.
I understand what you're saying in theory, Freezy. I understand what you're saying in theory.
Yeah, man.
That's why
hold on.
It's a thing. Like, listen. It's not nothing. It's not nothing against a specific person in the chat. What I'm saying is Don't be telling me one thing, spam in the chat if that ain't what you want. All I'm saying is keep it a buck. Don't say during the season, man, Tim's got to play the kids. You can't develop a 36-year-old. And then we sit here talking about that's 38 years old.
Nah, I get that. I get that. But don't you think,
y'all like Taj. I like Taj. I like his leadership. And remember the Udonis Haslam? Sarge, you remember the Udonis Haslam? Man, keep Taj around like Udonis Haslam.
He came out of nowhere.
The lifetime contract.
He's still playing.
And then when Melo come, no, Uncle Freeze, forget everything I just said. I'm gonna go say something else, and then y'all be on here like, man, Uncle Freezy be flip flopping every day. No, I don't.
You better put on that trucker hat.
Keep it in the road.
Put that trucker hat on.
Hey, Freezy.
Ron, do I try to keep? I try to keep it in the middle of the road.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You try to stay away from them white lines.
Yeah, like if I'm wrong about something, I'll be like, okay, what you said sound right, with additional information. A smart person will make a better decision, right?
I'm gonna tell you, like I said, man, I'm. If anything, I was more disappointed with because we made some good moves. Don't get me wrong, we made some good moves. I got to give Leon his credit. Like I said, y'all know, I be on top of his head when he mess up.
You said malpractice. Malpractice.
The only thing that I'm really questioning right now is, man, you didn't address that small. You didn't address that small forward position,
right?
And us. Depending on the guy, being that I worked in healthcare and I was in the surgical department collecting money for them at a hospital for 12 years and seeing people have to have them surgeries and stuff, man, you mean to tell me we ain't addressing that small forward position and from all the reports saying that this guy just went and rehabbed that shoulder, I'm not confident in that guy with that shoulder, man.
That's not good.
So you know that injury. Right, you know that injury more than we know.
Yeah. And that's why I think they're going to try to get Melo.
Yes.
Hey, in a better situation, Freezy, because he talked about that letter. We looking at youth and all that. He should have went and got a small forward trade from somebody because they were out there. Matter of fact, who was it that just went somewhere?
TJ Warren.
TJ went to Brooklyn. They signed Brooklyn, the Nets. 1 year. I saw that earlier.
Salute to everybody. How's everybody doing, man? It's been a minute since I got on.
Yo, Eddie C. Yatu Sabe, you already?
Hey, let me do something real quick. Parazaka, thank you for just contribution. Parazaka says, man, Melo was for the kids and Randall off the floor. Nah, hey, listen. I get that part. I don't have a problem with Melo on the roster. I have a problem with Melo getting minutes. In a rebuild, you don't want a veteran out there.
I think he's going to become a beast.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Right,
but he had enough time though to understand himself. From Houston, being traded out of the league, he knows what he got to stay.
Thank you for that, bro. David Parker, thank you for that. I'm not going off on a thing. Well, okay. I'm not going off on a thing, David Parker. What I'm saying is listen, whether I like it or not, I am sometimes the voice of you guys, right? Like when content creators, like Uncle Alchemy was on last night, a content creator for the Golden State Warriors. Dudes from the Detroit Pistons. Everybody, the people around the league, they'll look at channels, see who got the most pop in chat, which is y'all, and they'll ask me questions like, Uncle Freezy, how was your chat feeling? How were they feeling about such and such? How were they feeling about Ivy missing out? And I say, the chat says this,
well,
right?
Sick about that.
But here's the thing I want y'all to realize too, right? When I say the chat says this, Knicks fans say this, Knicks fans are feeling this. If it goes back and forth, what it makes it look like is a Knicks fan base that don't know what they want, right? You don't know what you want. And that's why when you say something in the chat, if y'all constantly hit me with a thing, then I'll say, okay, the chat is feeling this thing. Because whether I like it or not, whether Ron Cleveland like it or not, when people ask him how the chat is feeling, we don't express our personal opinion.
Right.
We are the mouthpiece representing the chat.
Everybody has your personal.
Guys. Right. That's why I ask you guys these questions. How do you feel about such and such? What if such and such happened? Right? and some people in the chat understand that I'm asking a question so that I can get a pulse of how the chat is feeling. Because y'all don't get a voice unless y'all here. Stephen A. Smith ain't asking you personally how you feel. You know what I'm saying? These other YouTube content creators around the Portland guy that hit me up about why y'all sweating us about Dame. He's not coming to you asking y'all about how y'all feel. They asking me direct on DMs on you on Twitter and Instagram. Wow. You know what I'm saying? They DM me, hey, why Knicks fans all hot and heavy after Dame? Dame ain't going nowhere. And I'll tell them how you guys feel. Right? And so when we do like this back and forth weird repping, all I'm saying is yo, when I speak to the stuff that y'all said, when I speak to the stuff that y'all said, right? And then we come back, say a month later, and say something different. Of course, I got to get on the chat, right? Like, how you gonna say play the kids? Y'all want to fire Tibbs because Tibbs ain't played the kids, and then 2 months later, y'all talking about sign Melo. What are we talking about?
And I just want to say this.
But you know, everybody got their personal preference. You gotta listen. You gotta love Knicks fans and love the chat. Everybody has their own personal preference. You gotta love that.
I agree with Ron. I agree with Ron in the sense that, you know, that would we like to have another small forward in the rotation, another small forward, a young probably small forward that we can, you know, groom and look, because there's some people that don't agree that RJ Barrett is a small forward and they would like to put RJ Barrett at the 2-guard position. You know,
Right.
I'm of the sense that either or for me, you know what I'm saying? I would like him at the 2, but if it's not possible, I'm okay with him at the small forward position. Yeah. You know, it's not a life or death situation for me when it comes to that.
Right.
Would we like to have another small forward on the roster? I would like to have another small forward on the roster.
Yes.
But the thing is Carmelo Anthony that right small forward? In my eyes, I don't even see him as a small forward anymore. I see him more as a power forward.
Yeah, power.
And in that sense, you taking minutes away from Obi Toppin that he's already getting low minutes anyway from, and then you're just adding another person that's a scorer. You know, we would like somebody probably that's going to help on the perimeter defense to help butter the team, right? Because the NBA is perimeter defense. You know what I'm saying? I know Carmelo can be tough down low. Carmelo can get you some good rebounds, and Carmelo can get a shot off anytime he wants. But is that exactly what the ingredient that the Knicks need? Like when we talk about Jalen Brunson, we talked about what is the ingredients that we need to better the team, and he's the right type of spice that we need to make the meal look taste better. You know what I'm saying? Is Melo that guy? Even though we love him, you know, we think of him as a New York guy. Even though he slighted us a little bit, saying that if he would go to the Hall of Fame, it would be a Denver Nuggets.
Right.
You know, he did say that, right?
That's
wow.
So
and he played with AI. He played with AI there too.
Right.
That's where his story started. So you can kind of like sense, look, like he loves New York, but where is his heart really at, right? But that's a whole nother thing. That had nothing to do with basketball.
Yeah, right.
So in that sense, you know, the Melo is not something.
And I don't view him as a Knick. I view him as a Denver Nugget.
Me
neither. And I view Mark Jackson, the point guard. I view him as an Indiana Pacer.
Yeah, because he spent the bulk of his time in Indiana.
Yeah.
But you see, listen, I'm gonna tell you guys, I love Melo so much when he came here. The coming home video, you probably shed a tear, like, oh, right. But I'll never forget that time when he was chasing, and what's the tall, skinny, light-skinned kid we had? He's pulling his jersey. That whole riot.
You talking about Jared Jeffries?
Oh, that's
Jared Jeffries. Remember that game? Remember that game? Oh,
yeah.
Right.
He was a stiff.
Melo threw them bees on.
Melo sucker punch. I was us like, yeah, they was. I always remember that too.
The same reason we don't like him there. The same reason why we liked him when he was approaching Kevin Garnett about the whole Honey Nut Cheerios thing.
Yeah, Honey Nut Cheerios.
Kevin Garnett just wouldn't have made it to the bus.
White KG's hanging out with Wawa.
Yeah, so we don't like him for that, but we like him for that.
I would have slapped fire out of Kevin Garnett for that.
Yeah. twice.
He was trying to.
You would have got ejected. Uncle Ron would have got ejected out the game.
I would have happily got ejected.
Some ejections are worth it.
Ejected.
Yeah, that would have been definitely worth it.
But you know, Joe Freezy, I'm gonna say this, and you know this one word. What Melo is? A contingency.
Yeah.
That's all. And you know what a contingency is.
Yeah. It's a plan.
He could get a veteran minimums contract then, what you're saying, Ron.
Back up. Straight up back up.
And so Ron, here's the thing why I'm staunchly against. Y'all, hey, look, I'm gonna just ask y'all to give me these 2 minutes, man, to just
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna just ask y'all to give me these 2 minutes. Not that I'm trying to take over, but I want to say something to y'all. And I want to say it to y'all so y'all hear it from me first. Right? I'm gonna start off by saying I think the Knicks are on the road to becoming NBA champions. Right? In like this next 4 years. Right? Everybody on this roster right now is not gonna be here when we hold up that Larry O'Brien trophy. Right? And so what my fear is that if we sidetrack ourselves by things that'll be good stories, like bringing in Melo, right? Or trading for a star that's only a star in a system, like De'Aaron Fox. Like De'Aaron Fox is a system star. Is he a all-around great player? No. Right? By trading for a guy like that, it derails us. And I'm gonna just try to sum this up real quickly. I think the front office, Leon Rose and crew, are not the mafia family that we portray them to be, but more like the nerds, like Troy Weaver and the guy in Oklahoma City. What's his name? What's the guy, the GM, the president in Oklahoma City? Sam Presti. I think Leon Rose is that guy, right? And here's the thing: when you look at Leon Rose, former agent of a big time company, he don't look like Bob Myers. You know the guy in Golden State? Bob Myers look like Hollywood, bro.
He's a young guy, right?
Yeah, Bob Myers look clean. When you look at Bob Myers, you don't know if you're looking at GM or Elvis Presley. That's how good he looks.
Superman.
Right? It's the same thing in Los Angeles. Like the thing with Rob Pelinka, you don't know if you're looking at the team president of the Lakers or Tom Cruise. And then look at Leon Rose. Leon Rose look like Hollywood. Leon Rose look like Hollywood beautiful to y'all? No.
Leon Rose look like he's the manager of the Teamsters Union.
You're right.
And that looks
he look like he on a pizza store.
Hey, y'all, you know what? See, y'all see how I asked for 2 minutes? See how I asked
you asked that question.
Yeah, you asked the question, but
I don't know if you was being rhetorical. Go ahead.
Yeah, word.
So let me finish real quick, and I get out of the way. I just want to put something out here because I need for y'all to hear it from me first. And it's not because I'm trying to talk for the whole 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours or however long we're gonna be here, but I just want to put this out there so y'all will know where I'm coming from. So like when y'all hear certain things, you be like, no, that ain't what Uncle Freezy feeling, right? I think Leon Rose and this front office are the nerds. They the library gang. They the pocket protectors and ink pens.
Yeah.
They the too many books to carry gang, right? That's them. They the staying after school study hall gang. That's them, right? And so saying that, I'm here to tell you that this team that they're putting together is not going to be the San Antonio Spurs, right? It won't be the Golden State Warriors, even though it looks like it's going to be that way. This team is putting together a team more like the 1990s Seattle Supersonics, right? And for those that disagree, look at all the guards that they're getting. Look at the Nate McMillans, the Vincent Askews, the combo guards, the guards that can play the 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Look at the Euro 3-point shooter Detlef Schrempf that we have on the team. The Euro guy that shoots threes and break team records for 3-point shooting. Look at the size of the centers that we'll roll out on any given night. 6'9" Sam Perkins type centers, right? And I know Mitch is 7 foot, 7'1", whatever, right? I know that. But look at the first draft pick they ever made. right? The first draft pick they ever made was a Sean Kemp type guy, right? For those that don't remember Sean Kemp was a 6'9", 220 pound
The
super
Rain
athlete.
Man.
Right. For those that don't remember Sean Kemp, I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying, yeah, look at the way. The only thing
him and GP.
Yeah, right. And so the thing I'm getting at is let this team slowly build this thing towards the championship, and in 3 or 4 years, we're gonna be doing our own celebrating. We can't afford to bring in the Carmelo Anthony's or the whoever to sidetrack us from being the team that we'll be in 4 years, right? And just one last thing I want to say. And not only is the Seattle Supersonics team going to be impressive going forward, they're going to be deep. It's going to be strength and numbers. Not a star, but strength and numbers. Like the guys we have will ascend to stardom within our system. They're not going to be it's too hard. Basically, what I'm getting at is this front office knows it's too hard finding a LeBron James, so why even look? It's too hard finding a Michael Jordan, so why even look? It's too hard to find a Kevin Durant. It's too hard to find a Steph Curry. So instead of doing that, they're just drafting good NBA players every opportunity that they can get, because strength in numbers is a better formula for winning the championship than going in the lottery every year, tanking, trying to get the number 1 pick to see if you get a LeBron James. Because the theory is, even if you get a LeBron James, you still got to get him help, right? Even if you get a LeBron, you still got to go out and get him help. Now, with that said, I'm going to move off that and say this. This is the other thing I wanted to say real quick. Tom Thibodeau is going to start 2 small guards in the backcourt. And the Knicks are gonna create a star this year, right out of that lineup, right? And I'm here to tell you that star is going to be Emmanuel Quickley, right? Emmanuel Quickley, just real quick before y'all chew my head off, because I know I hear the axes getting sharpened right now. Listen, I hear y'all in the background sharpening y'all axes right now to chop my head off. I know it. I see the butcher bringing the chopping block from out the back to put my head on chopping block. They sharpening stuff right now to chop my head off. I'm here to tell y'all, Emmanuel Quickley is not only going to be the bona fide star to go next to RJ Barrett, RJ Barrett's going to make the All-Star team this year. You heard it during the summertime. I'm telling y'all now, RJ Barrett is an All-Star just because Jalen Brunson is here. And I hear y'all sharpening, y'all blades and stuff to chop my head off, right? But here's the thing. Emmanuel Quickley is going to be the star in the mold that Toronto developed Fred VanVleet. When you look at Fred VanVleet early years, he did all the same thing Quickley did, right? Except Quickley did it better. Right? Now, with that said, Emmanuel Quickley might not make the All-Star team, but I'm almost guaranteeing that he is going to be the 2022-2023 NBA Most Improved Player. I'm almost willing to say book it. I'm almost willing to say book it.
Man,
for basketball reasons. For basketball reasons. For when you look at tape, understanding all the pick and roll logic and all that stuff that we drew on the wall, had the conversations, this number this number that, this percentage, that percentage. When you look at it, you look at all that stuff, all the Knicks needed was a secondary ball handler to get in that system. They needed a primary ball handler and a secondary ball handler. When you take Emmanuel Quickley from the primary guy and move him to the secondary guy and bring in a primary guy, all of a sudden you get all the juicy goodness out of RJ Barrett going to the rim to beat somebody one-on-one. There's no longer 3 dudes in the paint, right? It's just RJ Barrett one-on-one, right? And you stop RJ Barrett from going to the rim. You kick out to Emmanuel Quickley in the corner, on the wing for open threes. I like my chances there. You do that, right? You don't sag on Brunson. You don't press on Brunson. You let Brunson shoot shots in the mid-range. I like my chances there. And if you shut all that stuff down and just let our big roll to the basket for dunks, I like Mitchell Robinson finishing at the rim. Right? I like my chances. No man, pick your poison. NBA, pick your poison. Stop one of them. Stop quickly from shooting the threes, uncontested threes off the wing. Stop RJ from going to the rim, finishing over your supposedly great wing defender, going to the rim. Stop Jalen Brunson in the mid-range. Trap it. I dare you. I dare you. Look, I dare you to trap or press this offense with quickly in the lineup as a starter. Right? I dare you to do it. And I know people are going to say, quickly too short. No team starts short guards like that except the NBA champion Toronto Raptors, the NBA champion Detroit Pistons. They did it. And they were successful. Right? They did it and they were successful. Right? So why not us? Why not us? I'm not gonna sit here and talk y'all to death about, man, we should have got Zach LaVine. Because you know what? We ain't got Zach LaVine. He ain't here. So what? All we got is us. We got us.
These NBA streets is rough.
And if we execute this Tom Thibodeau offense that y'all say we have, because he ran the pick and roll the sixth most amount of times, I stated y'all to death with it. People said it was ISO Randall. Nothing can be further from the truth. Because when you look at the ISO, the isolation play per game per player, the Knicks are in the bottom third. People swap and down. It was ISO Randall. ISO Randall. It's not. Statistics say that we're the sixth highest pick and roll team. That's what data says. That's what stats say. I'm not going by what opinions say or somebody with the eye test. People are like, yo, the eye test. I go by the eye test. You're right. And there's a $1 billion industry out there where people fail eye tests all the time. That's why people like me wear glasses. Because I fail the eye test all the time. And I'm not the only one. There's a bunch of y'all out there failing the eye test. So you say go by the eye test, you need to go by data. And data says that if we start Emmanuel quickly to shore up those things that we're missing in our offense and have Jalen Brunson run the point and take our bottom ranked pick and roll offense to middle of the pack, we don't have to be in the top 10. If we go from 28 to 14, RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly are going to get NBA awards this year. That's all I got, y'all. I'm sorry. That was more than 2 minutes. I just wanted to say that.
I agree with that, but only thing
that was bloody outstanding, mate.
RJ is going to scratch All-Star. I only say with that because you got players like Brown, Harden, Butler, those guys ahead of them that's probably going to make it. Beal, that's probably going to make it before. But I feel like his stats is definitely going up. I feel he's going to average 24, 7, and 4.
He's got a shot. He's got a shot. He's got a shot to get to the All-Star game.
Hey, y'all, just real quick, man. I got to use the bathroom. I'm gonna jump off the screen real quick. I've been on the joint just about all day. I'm gonna use the bathroom right quick. I'll be right back.
It's a popularity contest.
Quickly got long arms though.
But still, like I know Freezy. I know Freezy be throwing them bombs out and then be out and stuff, but it's kind of like rhetoric. It's kind of like just to get the blood flowing in the chat and stuff like that. But to be honest, man, like I wouldn't be able to stomach it. Who is quickly gonna guard when he plays Philadelphia, and he plays Maxey and he plays Brunson guarding Maxey and quickly's got to guard James Harden. Who is he gonna guard when he's got to play the Chicago Bulls? And they got whoever's out there, and they got Zach LaVine at the 2. Jaylen Brown in Boston. Bradley Beal in Washington. Like, I'm not saying that he's not going to be a good player. I really like Emmanuel Quickly. He could do his thing. But off the bench, to me, he's spectacular. Why you gonna take
away... most improved player is what he was saying.
I'm thinking more 6-man. If Tom Thibodeau chooses to put him on the bench, he is viably gonna be one of the top players for Six Man of the Year award.
Yeah, I'm
I
with
agree
you on
with
that.
that.
And
Okay.
the minute they signed Brunson, that was my thought. I was like, IQ gonna be the 6th man. Period.
He's
The minute
going to
they
be
got
the
Brunson-
sixth man.
Oh,
Yeah. If
Gonna be the
anything,
sixth
Brunson
man.
will get. If anything, Brunson could possibly get the MIP.
Yeah.
I think.
most improved
Right,
Yeah.
because he's coming.
off
That's
his
very
last
true.
season. Right.
Because he's coming off of a team where he wasn't supposed to. He couldn't be the number one per se, but his numbers dictate that when that player is not there, he has number one numbers. So now
Right.
you put him in a team where he gets to open the floor up for himself. You know, he can actually better those numbers, or even if he stays at 27 and 6. I mean, those are pretty good numbers. You're right, man. He might be able to win most
Him or
improved.
RJ. I think
RJ may
RJ
may get it too because now
Yeah, him or RJ.
you got RJ who ain't gonna he won't have to worry about trying to run offense. He can just play off of Brunson and Julius.
Yeah, man.
Right. How
And I
that
don't
how
like
that,
to
how
be
did that
that.
change for these players now? That element right there. You have a
So it's
true
better.
point guard.
It's
How
better
would
for
change
everybody.
the element for these for RJ in like you said with Randall and IQ?
I can tell you this: one
And we
thing
got
for Randall, his turnover rate is going to go down.
we got two playmakers now. That's exactly what the New York Knicks need. I'm not one to overhype things and like, but I agree with you guys when you when you say Brunson can probably win MIP. RJ could probably make an all-star team, probably.
I
You know,
think so.
even if it's one of those for an unhealthy all-star, you know what I'm saying? One of
Yeah,
those
replacement.
Yeah, like them first couple Booker All Stars. So I'm
Okay.
not gonna let him pass for that.
Right, but even in that, he can probably still make it.
Yeah.
So you know, and me, I'm the one to like always shy away from type of people saying stuff like that, like getting overhyped per se. But there's a viable option now because we didn't only get one playmaker, and we were in dire need of playmaking on the team. We got one playmaker, and then we signed a playmaker on the center side of the ball, which adds another element to the team. So it's like it's just a lot of the easy buckets for teams is just a smart guy on the floor reading defenses and getting people in their spots and getting people open shots.
I think
It's
you'll
as
see
easy
better
as
ball
that.
movement this year from this team too.
It's
Because
easy
of
as
what
that.
you just said.
Is there's not really
Okay.
no big science to stuff like that. It's just somebody that has a high IQ and could just give you the ball in your right
And his
spots.
name is IQ too, so he could.
That's another one. He's getting better at it. He's getting better
He's
at
getting
it.
better at it.
Yeah,
And that's why Freezy was asking the question about why, or he was saying, I think he's gonna be the most improved player. But we do see him as a sixth man of the year, maybe if you will.
I'm gonna tell y'all my reasons for RJ being a
All Star.
being an all-star this year is because of the fact the guy averaged 20, and we know them free throws. Oh my goodness! If he would have made his free throws, the guy could have averaged at least 24, 25 a game. Easy, easy. So in that regard, and you mean to tell me now you brought a point guard here who's going to command attention? They're going to be trying to double Brunson. They're going to try to disrupt the offense. They're going to try to take him out. And now you got RJ. Oh my goodness! And you still got Julius. So when you look at that, and then this the biggest benefit is the league. They're stating. I don't know if this is going to happen, but they're stating they're going to take the top 15 players in each conference. They're no
matter
longer
what
going to do.
position,
They're no
yeah.
longer going to do positions to determine who get the All-Star.
Wow.
Because a lot of times you got
Right.
guys who have better numbers don't make it because it's not enough position.
As they should.
People at their position.
And I'm gonna throw this bomb out there, man. And I think this is something that we should probably keep in the back of our minds for next year.
All right, hold up.
But I think that somebody that we should keep a close eye on is Andrew Wiggins for this team for next year.
Oh, I would
He's
love
gonna
that.
be
I
an
would love
unrestricted free. He's gonna be an unrestricted free agent. We have one of his teammates in the Canadian team on our team,
RJ.
Barrett.
Yeah, that he just
Oh, okay.
played.
I was about to say you said because RJ.
He's CAA. He's also CAA.
Oh man.
Oh.
Hey, let me
and
let me
the
address
Golden
something.
State
We
Warriors.
tampering right now. I don't know.
Let me
And the
address
Golden
something real quick.
and the
by
Golden
the way,
State
by the way,
Warriors
by the
also
way,
have to pay Jordan Poole. They have to pay. They have Steph Curry. They have I don't know what they're gonna do with
and Draymond.
Draymond. Easy
Klay
chef.
Thompson. Klay Thompson is gonna be a free agent that same year.
Okay.
So it's the
By the way, Freezy, I had my blades out. I was coming for you, man. I was like,
I know. I heard y'all sharpening blades. I heard y'all.
Yeah. So,
Hey.
I was looking for the K-bar. I'm like, okay, where Freezy at?
Yeah, I heard somebody trying to Katie bar the door while I was talking.
Boy, I
You know what I'm saying?
said that in the wild, Freezy. I thought I was the only one who said that. But at the same time, when you think about this, though, that's the plan, though, Freezy. Maybe that's why we're not going for a 3, because if we're going to put RJ at the 3, you got Cam backing him up.
Right.
Even try to drop Fournier there, and they may mix that 2 and 3 spot with IQ, Grimes, Fournier, Cam, RJ. They'll need another 3.
Right.
Possibly why did I go for the 3, and why that's a possibility. But I do want to explore Fournier coming off the bench if you do that IQ, number 2 spot as a starter. And that's something we got to explore a little bit, whether that's going to work for the team. Obviously, Tibbs going to have a little trouble trying to, having a good on the bench. I don't know, man. I mean, I like it, though. I like the idea.
I'd love to explore it.
I like the idea,
Go ahead,
too.
Freezy. You go.
And so it's important, though, when we think about that scenario, it's important for us not to think about inserting Quentin Grimes because of his size and what he can do defensively. It's important for you to think about this unit offensively, right? And this is just the reason why you insert Quickly, because Quickly can give you the same measure of defense that Grimes does, right? On backcourt guards,
Actually,
right?
better.
Right. And at the same time, what killed us this year is not that Kemba Walker couldn't turn the corner, because that absolutely just choked us out. When we saw him in Charlotte, if you saw, man, he did it twice, and he was looking at his knees like he wanted to spray some WD-40 on him. The thing about it is he did it twice, and we were like, oh, Kemba's back. But you know how when you're an old man, you do something 1 or 2 times, and then y'all like, go ahead, youngin. Y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it's like. That's why. And the thing is not that Kemba couldn't do it; it's the fact that Fournier is in the backcourt and he couldn't do it when Kemba couldn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for you in a pick and roll offense to have multiple pick and roll ball handlers at the floor at one time, because you got to make the defense pay with dribble penetration and kick out into pocket passes and things like and skip passes and things like that. Like you don't expect a 6'7" dude to be able to make skip passes on the money, you know what I'm saying, across the court. But you expect smaller guards to do it because their bodies are more suited for that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the reason why you got to have Quickly out there to have the floor balance. It's why Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet worked, right? And if you believe in RJ, if you believe RJ can play the Kawhi Leonard role, not Kawhi Leonard production, not Kawhi Leonard production, but if he can do the stuff that Kawhi Leonard did for Toronto, you know what I'm saying? Be the mid-range assassin, knock down open threes, defend the other team best wing player, things of that sort. And then if you believe in Obi, if you're an Obi believer, then everything I just said, if you believe in Obi and Cam and them guys coming off the bench, being able to develop into scorers and contributors,
and Melo too.
Everything that I just said, validates your train of thought. Right? All of that validates your train of thought. Like if you believe in Hartenstein, Cam, Obi, Grimes, Rose, all those dudes off the bench, that gang off the bench, bro, we talking about like 11 players. We are legit mob deep.
Strength in numbers. That's what you said. Yeah.
And in the starting 5, 1 through 4, playmaker.
You kind of lost me. You kind of lost me with the Toronto backcourt because the defense is just another level.
No. I understand what he's saying. Listen. They play a more faster, high-paced game. Like
Right. He was talking about offensively, but if you would have probably came at me with Dame and McCollum, then I probably, but the defense from the Toronto backcourt was Fleet and homeboy over there, Kyle
And
Lowry.
Lowry and
Yeah,
Lowry.
those dudes is
Lowry.
those
Pit
dudes are
bulls.
serious.
No,
Those
but
dudes are
with the
serious
but
when it comes to the defense.
Yeah.
But
yes,
offensively, chop,
indeed they
even
was indeed. Indeed.
offensively, let me see. Even offensively, I could probably say the Brunson IQ is a better tandem offensively than the Fleet and the Laurie tandem. But
Yeah.
it's just the defense. When you're playing against the first unit, you're playing against elite offensive players.
Right.
So you need to have some sort of resistance there.
But
And
Eddie
to
C,
break up,
what do those offensive elite players play against when they get on defense?
fine. I mean, if you could, because I just heard somebody say Zach Levine can guard a bow post. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I mean it's tit for tat, but we're talking
Right,
about Tom Thibodeau, who's a defensive minded coach.
right.
So I'm
He
pretty
play
think
a half court defense. I
he'll
mean
be
offense.
inclined to.
No.
And if you even ask me, bro, like I just went on a IQ, like, like giving him all his accolades. You know what I'm saying? But why we can't keep him as our star sixth man? You know, have him win sixth
I
man of
can
the year
imagine.
award, play with Obi still, play with Hartenstein, where he can even sometimes be the point, but then slide to the two on the offensive side because Hartenstein is just so smart, and have that unit. But we just have to find places for people that are not the future.
So
Fournier is
yo,
not in our
so
future.
yo, let's give our lineup. What's your starting five and your second team?
And let me answer his question real quick first though, before we skip to that. The reason why it's important for you to do that is because your offense stalls with Grimes, who is not a dribble, pass, and shoot guy. He's just a spot up shooter.
Mhm.
Your offense stalls with Evan Fournier, who
Yes.
is a playmaker unto himself, for himself, but not for others.
Mhm.
Right?
I give
Your
you that.
offense stalls in that, and we saw that this year. And if it didn't work this year, I know, I'm
Well,
confident it's
Grimes
not
is
going to
not
work
a.
next year.
I love Grimes. Like Grimes is one of my favorites since we drafted him. I've always been on the Grimes train, bro. And I was one to say, yo, he's gonna be good. He's gonna be okay. And
Right.
he's proven me right so far. But he's not in my starting lineup right now. But there's twofold the reason why I put Fournier in my starting lineup. Put Fournier in my starting lineup for the reasons that you just spoke about. Fournier
Hmm.
is a much better offensive player when it comes to relocating. He can go into the lane a little bit more. He's a
Bad
bit taller at
defense.
6. He's a bit taller at 6'7", right?
Right.
But the other fold is we want him to have as much value as possible. So when the trade line comes around, somebody
Right.
would be asking for Fournier, and we don't have to be like, okay, you give you
Fournier.
Fournier and add an asset to get him off. No, Fournier
Right.
is
We
going
don't
to
want to do that.
stand alone, have value, so that we can actually get an asset back or shave off some money per se. Not something that we
That's
have to
true.
attach
Yeah.
something to. So the best thing would be to have his value as high as it can be, so that
Right.
we can do something in the middle of the season.
Can I ask one question before I leave? I just want to know because I understand what Freeze was saying, everything, and the acquisition of Brunson's pops as part of an assistant coach. Now, in my mind, it also comes down to the coaching staff on how the acquisition we have right now, how they're going to coincide together and play together, and everything that you guys is talking and arguing about. Like it has to come with the coaching staff as well, and who's on staff. And remember, I always said that Tibbs is a defensive coordinator. He's not a real head coach. We remember Woodson, he's out of here, whatever. But I think that he's missing that piece. So I want to know what Brunson's pops brings as far as being part of the coaching staff for the players, what y'all guys is arguing, talking about, right? Because it also comes down to the coaching staff.
I feel like Brunson actually came in just to keep players on track so that we don't see what we saw with Julius Randle last season. Like that shenanigan needs to be addressed. Oh, before anything, salute to everybody in the panel and salute to Ron, Freezy,
Salute, salute.
Audio,
Blue, nice.
and everybody. I just don't see
Yes,
the
sir.
name, but Choplo, you already know, and everybody on the chat. But the next thing, I said it. Like I've been said it. Like we all know that we optimistic and we need to keep that vibe. We
Yeah.
cannot as much as bad as we did last season, we got to keep the positive vibe. We got something good going on. We just got to feed on from last two seasons. The second season, last season, it's like, hey, let's just acknowledge that a lot of screws was messed up, and they're gonna be addressed, and let's just move on from there. It's just gonna get better. But the beautiful thing about the team that we have Julius Randle, and we got RJ. I don't even understand why people is always on the bash. Like if you have RJ fan, they hate Julius Randle and they hate Obi. If you have Obi fan, they hate RJ and they hate Julius Randle.
Right.
Same thing go for Julius Randle, and Julius Randle is the one that actually got MIP and made it to the All Star. Like it will be more beautiful
Quickly
if
gonna
we
get that this year though.
Hey, I said it's Ron. You know how I feel about Quickly. You know
Yeah,
how
you
I
love
feel.
Quickly.
Hey, like I love IQ, but I just do not want to see him play with Julius Randle. If they set up all these players correctly, I'm telling you, we got something special. If they keep Quickly with Obi and just distribute the minute properly, we want to see the young cats, but we don't want to see either Julius Randle or the first squad playing over 30 minutes because we can't assess what we have with our bench. It will be more beautiful if all right, if the game is locked, Obi is not hurting the productivity, and let Obi play. Let Obi play. Let IQ play because if they not hurting it, and we already know that the bench every single time they come through, normally we be seeing that we be getting our points from the bench, not from our starters. So why we keep on sitting down on our bench when we need points? Of course we need defense, but we need points regardless.
Yeah, that's what we need this year. I mean, seriously. We know the last few years Tibbs have lost some games. We all know it. We need him to trust what he's seeing. Keep the hot man out there. Let that thing
Trust the process.
let it ball over. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Let them guys, if they're on fire, let them go. Let them
Yeah.
go till they start missing and then put them on the bench. Don't take a hot man out the game. That don't make any sense. You know what I mean? If he ain't asking to come out, he ain't war. Hey, play him until his tongue hang out his mouth.
Yep.
But I tell y'all, when I look at this team, I see a bunch of guys that this team I think is going to remind me a lot of that Atlanta squad when they had Budenholzer. You remember they were a good team, but they didn't have a definitive number one. But everybody was good at what they did. And that team won games. You knew when they went in the playoff that they weren't going to win the championship. But it was a very good team. So that's what I see when I look at this team. And so far as Brunson, I think Brunson is going to be able to correct a lot of mistakes that our coach would possibly make. I think that's what's going to happen. You're going to have an extension of a coach on the floor. Because I can see Brunson being a coach after his career is over. The guy is smart. He's very smart.
You want to
very
know?
crafty.
Hey,
and
you know what though, Ron? Just real quick, man.
We very high on Brunson. Okay.
I like what I see, man. He ain't a person that's gonna get rattled. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's calm under fire.
Right.
Hey Ron, you know who I compare this team, and it's not far away from comparing like years wise. I compare them to Boston because we still haven't quit. Like you can see the organization, they still haven't quit on Julius Randle as much as the fan did. So they looking at it like, yo, we got two players that they have something. The question is, can they make it work? We cannot forget that last season, and we spoke about this Freezy last night.
Yeah.
Last season, Boston they was in the mix with Tatum and
Last
Brown.
night was a dope show.
Yeah, of course, as usual.
Yeah, last
but
night.
but even Tatum and Brown, they couldn't figure it out. But you know something, the fan base didn't quit as much as the how do you call it, saying, as the front office. The front office didn't quit on them. They knew that they had something special, but you still heard rumors saying that they wanted to trade Brown, they wanted to trade Tatum, but it was so hard for them to do so because they knew their capability and their possibility. The only thing, the number one question is, can they make it work? Last season, this season that just passed, they made it work.
Right. Hey,
So the front office is actually doing something probably great that we don't know about. We just probably have PTSD.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got
Definitely have a plan.
Us fans, we got PTSD. We like, oh,
And
and
you
why
see
they
how
did
you see
this?
how we flip flop chop. You see how we just flip flopped on playing the kids, right? We were
Right.
like, man, play the kids, and then as soon as Carmelo come, we're like, no, don't play the kids, go get Melo.
Then we talk about IQ and
Well,
Yeah.
Freezy, but Melo is not bad. Just think about it. If we don't look at
change
Melo,
his mind. Nice, change his mind. Nice.
Let me just say this real quick because I want to.
Sure.
Because listen, for the sake of the live stream, and I want y'all to hear this. We need to have more Eddie C, Sarge, and Nice. We need to get more feedback from y'all. Not saying cut some people off and all that stuff, but I noticed that y'all sit quietly, man, and people want to hear y'all opinions.
Yes.
Right. And so I'm telling y'all face to face so y'all can hear it from me and not through no weird rumor mill and all that stuff. Right. We need to get more feedback from y'all. So Nice. I just wanted to say this real quick, but I do want to hear what it is that you have to say, bro, because we value it. You feel me? But the thing is Knicks fans are not going to change my mind about Melo. And the reason is because I got bombarded all year about the same thing. Why you can't develop the vets? He 36. And then there's a dude out there on the market that's 38. And we want to bring him and have him play. So in order for us to stop being hypocritical, I'm saying no, just let this moment pass by. Let's not make a knee-jerk purchase. Let's not go out to the store for a loaf of bread and come back with a Cadillac Escalade. Let's not do that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that, man. Let's just, you know what I'm saying, go out and get the bread and come on back to the house. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So, with me, when it comes to that, there's like no disrespect to anybody on the chat who thinks, you know, whatever, or anybody on the panel. It's just, I think personally the organization is not looking at that way. So, you know, it really doesn't, I don't really waste kind of like my energy talking about it, because it's just something that's just like, you know, I like to look at other things, you know, further things down the line. Like I threw the Andrew Wiggins bomb, you know, just to let you know there's connections there. You know what I'm saying? There's a spot waiting for him at the small forward position if we so want to put RJ Barrett at the 2 guard and we want to rock with RJ Barrett, Brunson, and Wiggins. If we want to do that trio, you know what I'm saying? There's an unrestricted free agency, and we've already seen that this organization would rather go through unrestricted free agency than to go through trades, because to get off assets, to get off money is going to take less picks, less value per se when it comes to the war chest than it is to get a maximum player. Like if you for instance, let's say Wiggins is an unrestricted free agent next year and you have to get off Evan Fournier's money, you have to get him off. There's nothing you can do without getting him off, and that's 20 million right there. You're halfway home. Then you attach an asset which can probably be 2 second rounds, 3 second rounds, even if you have to attach a first rounder, you know, with a couple second rounders. That's going to be so much cheaper than have to give up 7 first round picks for Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? So then you're only giving up a couple of assets. You're still keeping all your main assets in your war chest for if something happens on a rainy day, but then you still get your man and you still bring them into the fold. So that's a smarter way of looking at how you use your assets, instead of saying I got 7 first round picks, I'm gonna give 7 first round picks to put Donovan Mitchell in here, and then you're pretty much locked in with no wiggle room anywhere else.
I'm more sold on
Eddie C, you speak well, Eddie C.
Instead
You're
of
my agent. Sorry.
Instead of Andrew Wiggins from that team, I desperately would love to see Jordan Poole in our team. Desperately, I'm just saying what I'm saying. Like Golden State, they don't. I feel like Golden State, they not going to try to let go of Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is going to be that second Stephen Curry in the next generation after Stephen Curry stepped down. So if we could get away with Jordan Poole, I'm telling you, we got something special, because this player is like, he has that mindset, like he has that hunger. He has that hunger. If you seen that matchup between them and Boston, and Marcus Smart trying to push him on the side and he slapped his hand like, "Don't touch me, man." I love that. That means that you're not going to try to push me the way you want me to be pushed. It ain't gonna happen. And we need players like that. We need players that they not easily shoved either one way or the other. Like they gonna say something. And on Carmelo Anthony point, like I did not wanted to see Carmelo Anthony back then, but I feel like Carmelo Anthony right now he's more humble. What happened to him with Rockets and then he ended up with LA, I feel like he is more humble, and if you put him in that position and you make it like so clear to him that he's gonna be a bench player, and we only gonna use you when we want to. I feel like he's ready to step down. Like he's not gonna be demanding like back in the like 5 years ago, because he knows that new talents is approaching, new kids is coming up. So he's not coming to the mentality. Oh, I'm like if I'm coming to New York, I'm going to take a Julius Randle or RJ's spot. I'm going to be that number one. I don't feel like he's coming with that mindset no more.
Yeah,
let me ask a question.
Let me do the super chat real quick. So Paris Duggar, real quick. Thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says Taj and D Rose failed as leaders of Randall. Melo won't. Go ahead, AD. Go ahead, AD.
When did Melo never act humble? When did Melo never act like a superstar, like a franchise player? Did he ever embarrass the Knicks?
No, but Jeremy Lin gave me a bad taste. Like when that's
media saying that.
No. It wasn't media only.
But we talking about Melo. When did to bring Melo back at 37, 38 years old? You think he's gonna walk in and saying, Julius, I want your locker? That's my old locker.
No.
Give me that.
What I'm saying is that he's not with the mindset that I'm coming to a team like New York, like back in the old days. Because remember when you seen Melo and Jeremy Lin was balling out while he was hurt, I feel like he didn't like that. And even Stoudemire, he cleared it out. He said, hey, when we had that Jeremy Lin time, it was something special. But there's a certain player that he said there is a certain player. So he's talking about one, and there's no other player, no Raymond Felton, nobody else around that area. Like if they don't want to play with Jeremy Lin, it's going to make an impact.
So he shouldn't have felt the way after he moved heaven and earth to come to New York at 26 years old, and at 27 years old, you wanna kick him to the street for some guy who played 7 games.
I'm so
sorry, guys.
7 good games.
Wait.
I just had a phone call. What happened? What y'all talking about? Sorry.
Locked up.
Uncle AD.
Thomas locked him up.
Like, listen to this. If you're gonna stop somebody from showing you 7 games, somebody showing you 3 games, it's 3 games regardless. It's winning. It's a winning type of culture mentality with the whole squad. If you're gonna have the mentality just because I'm a superstar and I see something special with somebody else and I'm not gonna let him shine, guess what? He's gonna shine elsewhere. The good thing is that let me say
did
this.
He shine?
Let me say this,
Absolutely
bro, because you're getting the word out of my mouth. The good thing that the Knicks has is that Jeremy Lin was at a halt.
Oh, so we talk about Melo, okay.
But let's say right now, if Jeremy Lin was not at a halt and he wasn't getting hurt and he started bowling out, I'm telling you right now, that's something that we would have regret for who knows when.
If the queen had nuts, she'd be king.
Oh my God!
It didn't happen.
You can't say that.
It didn't happen. This mellow backlash years later, where guys are talking sideways out of their mouth about one of the top 75 players who's ever played this game for some guy who had. Remember this about Jeremy Lin. That year the Knicks went to the playoffs. He said he was 85% healthy.
And
85% healthy, right? And shot and decided that his Volvo deal that he got was worth him sitting out because he couldn't play. He couldn't play at 84%. He
That's
couldn't
not
play at 86%.
that's not my point, brother. Like you going on a different direction than what I'm going. I'm going that whatever works. If you are the leader, I want to see you like a type of player like Giannis or Stephen Curry, somebody that's gonna make the players around them better. It's not all about just one player. If you see something working, feed from it. Make sure that the other players around that team sees what you're doing and it loves
worked
it.
for 7 games.
Yeah, all right.
Remember
so
when he played Miami?
So all right, did
Do
we
you
won a
remember when he
championship?
played Miami
Did we won
on
a
national
championship?
TV?
Did we won a
Do you
championship?
Remember Stoudemire
I'm
pushed
asking you a
the
question.
thing?
Do you remember?
Yes,
Do you
yes, I
remember when he
remember.
played
But did we?
Miami?
You remember the time?
Did
Chalmers
did we
ripped
won
him.
a
Chalmers
championship?
ripped him twice
What
in a
what
row.
what are we
Yo, but
talking about? We still haven't
Couldn't
even
get
won a
the ball up the
championship.
court.
You act
Let me
you
shed
act
some light. Let me
But
shed
Eddie,
some
one
light on
second
that
though.
Melo situation, man.
Let
'Cause
Uncle Ron
I
talk.
think when y'all look back at that
Right now,
situation, you got to remember what was taking place when Jeremy Lin started playing. Jeremy Lin got in the lineup because Melo got injured.
Right.
Melo was on the bench when the Knicks. Remember, the Knicks looked like we weren't going to even make the playoffs that year.
Yep.
Jeremy Lin came in there and ran that thing and got us to where we was in playoff contention.
Yeah.
It was because of Jeremy Lin. But all this about Melo not humble and all that, Melo was one of the most humble superstar that you ever run into. That ain't the problem. The thing is with Melo, man, right now and Melo's career, Melo ain't coming in here and gonna be. He knows.
Yeah.
He's closer to the end than he is at the beginning. So either we embrace Melo coming back, man, or we be on that worrying about what Jeremy Lin. Man, Jeremy Lin ain't even in the league no more.
Yeah.
He begging to get back in. Melo's still in there. And to AD's point, that man one of the best ever to do it at that position, man. Everybody talk about Kevin Durant, but before Kevin Durant, there was Melo. Nobody was even close to Melo. Even Kobe said Melo was one of his hardest people to defend. Melo's that dude, man. But hey, Melo ain't coming here to be no savior, man. Melo would be a good person off the bench, especially when your front office ain't give us another small forward and we depending on Cam to stay healthy. Good luck.
Unless, again,
Can I say this about Melo real quick?
Yes. Okay.
Would Melo be a short-term investment as far as grooming the next, like grooming like a RJ or whatever? Because ain't he supposed to be the star, the star of the future or whatever, and show him how to take the heat and the pressure of New York? Because Melo did that well, so he'll be grooming. He'll be grooming them, not coming in.
I like you, brother.
Like that.
Wait. Let me ask you this.
And I said this.
If Melo is so good at grooming young stars, how come the Lakers' young up and comer Taylor Horton Tucker got worse when Melo was added to the roster?
Because that's
Because
LeBron.
LeBron.
So it's always something, right? It's always.
But I'm not saying he's good at. I'm not
Melo
saying he's
can
doing
Melo
that.
can legit set a school bus full of old ladies on fire, and y'all be like, "Well, it was cold outside."
Nah,
you know
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that at this point in his career,
I asked this for balance, though. I asked it for balance because Taylor Horton Tucker was a young player on the rise, same age as RJ. Young player on the rise. Melo showed up, and this young cat didn't get no better.
Yep.
Right. And so what you're saying?
It might have been a conflict of interest.
Is Melo wasn't strong enough to teach a young dude because LeBron James was in the locker room.
How you know Taylor Horton Tucker wanted to listen? How you know he wasn't saying stuff to him?
How you know RJ Barrett want to listen?
We got to give it a shot. We don't know.
That's the next generation.
We don't know. We really don't know.
Yo, y'all gonna defend Melo, bro. I love y'all, man. Y'all gonna defend
Melo can push Freezy sign a lawyer in court, boy.
Yeah, you trying
Freezy has a Melo jersey in the closet. That's why he's like this.
I'm gonna tell you, if we get Melo back on this team, I'm going to buy me a jersey. I ain't telling y'all what jersey I'm gonna buy though. But y'all are fine when I wear it on the show.
I bet you Melo come back.
He's gonna put it out right now.
You'll see more Melo jerseys in New York than Randall. I'll tell you that.
And listen, the reason why I asked, and it seemed like I'm being sarcastic and coy with it, right? It's not that I don't like Melo. Y'all know I love Melo, bro. Y'all know I love Melo, right? But the thing is Knicks fans, if we love you, we love you. No man, you could be 90 years old, and if you want to come back, they're like, oh, well, all he want to do is play 2 minutes. And that if we love you, we love you, bro. And if we hate you, ain't nothing you ain't listen. If we hate you, Julius Randle, there's nothing you can do, bro. If Knicks fans turn on you, you are turned on. Trust me. You are turned on. Ain't no going back. You can win the MVP and people still gonna want you out of town.
Remember baseball fans, New York City fans.
I was hot mad, but Julius with that stuff. I ain't gonna front. I was super mad.
Remember New York City fans.
I gotta give Julius a clean slate this season, man, with the situation and hope, because he wearing that uniform, man. If anybody rooting against Julius and he wearing that uniform, it don't make any sense, because you want to see your team win.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So I mean, as long as he's here, I'm gonna pull for anybody that's wearing that jersey, man. But once you leave here, hey, have a good career just now when you play the Knicks.
Well, look at this. We love Amari. We love Amari he's beloved here, but let's be honest, he only really had a good 13 games, half a season where he was dominated.
And then Melo came though. Remember when Melo came, it was a different situation.
He was punching fire extinguisher things.
Right.
He was hurt all the time, so he kind of robbed us for that $100 million.
But he put New York on his back. He said, "New York, we back."
But he did. That's why he's beloved.
I was in the mall in South Carolina and saw a Rasheed Wallace jersey.
Wow.
A Knicks one? Remember, he came here too.
A Knicks Rasheed Wallace jersey.
Wow.
Right? And so cats talk about Rasheed like Rasheed Wallace can do no wrong as a Knick. And he only played about 40 games.
Yeah, he only been there a season. About a season.
They brought everybody. I told you, this is a retirement home. Everybody come here and retire here. They get that money. They know we got the money in New York. They come here.
My cousin used to play with Kenya Martin on 2K. Kenya Martin was legit.
He came here too.
Kenya Martin was, and Cats is like, yo, Kenya Martin. Yo, if you talk now, mind you, think about this. Kenyon Martin came to the Knicks from the Brooklyn franchise, right? From the Brooklyn franchise. He was drafted number 1 overall by them, right? Remember that?
Remember Kerry Kittles? Oh,
yeah, Kerry Kittles, Richard Jefferson, Jason Kidd,
and Keith Gill. Remember Gill?
I remember all of them. Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike. I remember all of them. Right? But what I'm saying is some guys we conveniently forget about some stuff that happened in the past because we like them, right? Like for instance, you remember Tim Thomas called Kenya Martin Fugazi? Remember that? You fake gangster, you Fugazi. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say because the preacher, you know what I'm saying? Because out of respect, but my man went off on the thing, calling Fugazi, right? Yo, it's cats right now that still don't like Tim Thomas to this day over something my man said 20 years ago. Jay Boogie, how you doing, brother?
Salute, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm good. I'm good, man. How y'all doing, man? After this holiday, man. Shout out to all y'all military guys. You know what I'm saying? Blessings to y'all during the 4th, and blessings to everybody in the chat and the world. I'm just listening to y'all guys. Y'all ain't like this guy name is Carmelo Enterprise. He's not a rental. His name is Anthony. He's not coming here anyway. Y'all debating about it. He should be here. Now, he ain't come here. Why I want to come here? And Dolan, you said you love me. You allowed this man to throw me up under the bus and almost ended my career if it wasn't for Dave. He never coming back to the Garden unless I'm going to a versus battle. Coming to play here unless I'm visiting. And he ain't supposed to come back here, man. That's the same way Kevin Durant.
He sound like a Jayhawks fan, bro. He sound like a Jayhawks fan.
And Boog, you know they say
he sound like a Kansas Jayhawks fan,
man.
Y'all finished?
He's an Eagles fan.
Let me get mine up. You just want to interrupt? You disrespectful.
Hey, nah, man. We just messed around.
Go ahead, Boog. You good?
I'm all right. Go do your thing.
No, we good, man.
No, you good.
I just get tired of people just trying to act like Melo. You know what I'm saying? Like Melo ain't a good guy, nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen LeBron and none of them dudes walked in their neighborhood and do what Melo did. Come on, man. Just guys, you know what I'm saying, be giving him a bad rep like he ain't no good guy or something. Like he wouldn't do anything for his community or nothing. Like he a bad locker room dude. like he'd be disrespecting, getting 100,000 Ron Artest technicals or something. You know what I mean? Right. It's just it's just ugly. That man is a top 4 in the history of this game for a reason, and people don't like Melo because he's been a scorer all his life. Tell me, you can't name more than 4 guys that ever scored in NBA or ABA more than what Melo could do. Can't even say 4 guys.
They from long time ago. We don't even know them.
Got to appreciate some things that we have and some things that we had, and appreciate the things that we get.
Hey, Jay Boogie, what about this moment though?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about this moment we in? And so I want to ask you this. You heard, and I heard all year, Knicks fans saying, hey, man, I don't care about no veterans. We need to get rid of all of these veterans and play the kids. And now Melo is available. And they like, yeah, I didn't say that. Bring Melo in here and give Melo minutes. Which side of that are you on? Because here's the thing. Personally, I like the good guys. I like the Julius Randles. I like the Carmelo Anthonys, regardless of their production on the floor. I just like being around good guys, good people that do good things in their community and elsewhere, right? So in terms of Melo being a Knick, I don't care. My personal thing is I don't want Melo taking minutes away from Cam Reddish and Obi Toppin, right? If he come here to mentor, I'm with it, right? What about you, though? How do you feel about Carmelo coming here and getting minutes or not getting minutes? What's your opinion on it?
I mean, I don't want to see us going that route. You know what I'm saying? I mean, things are starting to look up the way we're going in the direction right now. I don't want to see us going that route, chasing a bunch of, old guys. We already got over that hump, and we made the decision to try to go young. You know what I'm saying? The age group that we rocking with right now, if it ain't somebody around their age, man, you know what I'm saying, then I don't see no fits, And then guys like Cam and all these type guys, they should feel some type of way when they talk about a guy like Melo and them type guys coming in here to help develop you. I'd have been like, help develop what? I can get my own game up the park, but they're not doing it. So this is why they throw things like this out in because guys is not getting their games up the park, man. I looked for everybody that was on this team last year. If y'all don't come here and turn up last year and feel some kind of way about what happened last year, y'all need to get off the roster. I don't care who you are, but Julius, RJ, all y'all. You don't come in your game ain't up the par this year and all eyes is pointing at you. You need to get off the roster. Get off the roster.
So, Boogie, I got a question for you. I got a question for you in that same, and that's on that same vein. So you look at this roster. We got 3 power forwards, according to the roster. We got 1 small forward, according to this roster, and that's Cam Reddish, who's coming off a shoulder injury that he didn't have surgery.
Right.
He rehabbed that thing.
Right.
How do you feel? What's your confidence meter with us going with that? And who's going to be the backup to Cam?
We don't have a backup for Cam, and looks like right now Cam is going to be playing a backup himself. I don't know what happened with that situation, that scenario, but that's on the office and the doctors. If the doctors say you don't need surgery or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that's on the office and doctors. You know what I'm saying? But if he just decided that on his own, and then you got to prove yourself. You can get through your own rehab before we give you this money. You know what I'm saying? Because you made a choice and decision on your own. But we need somebody. We need another small forward rocking up in that position, because the way we look at like Evan's not going to be here too long. We just ain't came up with the right thing as far as to move Evan. Until we do, he's going to continue on being on his team. But if Evan moves and we move something we move him for something that's not a small forward, then you know what I'm saying, that's another spot that we're not taking care of. And I was listening to you earlier. We do need to, secure that 3 spot, you know what I'm saying? But they're looking at Cam to do it. That's what they're looking and hoping for. But if he doesn't and we ain't got nothing behind it, we in trouble.
I hope he does, man, because just like you just said, we're gonna be in trouble. If that guy gets hurt and take any time off, we gonna be in some trouble.
Yeah.
So can I ask y'all OGs a question?
that they was bringing Melo back, I was like, okay, well, I understand why, and I ain't messed up with him coming off the bench because it won't be taking time for the young guys if Cam's starting ahead of him. You know what I mean? Who else you got to play that small forward position other than Cam?
Yeah.
Right. So that means there's probably. So Uncle Ron, that means there's actually there's still there's things that could still happen. There's trades and whatever that could still happen as far as with us with the Knicks, yeah? Is what you're saying.
Right. But
okay.
But I'm still looking at the lineup. Who's our starters? Right now, Brunson.
RJ Julius.
At the 2. Who's gonna be the 2? Fournier, Grimes, or RJ?
That's a question.
What's their but their plan is probably Fournier right now. That's probably what
Nah,
their plan is.
I like they're getting ready to. Yeah, but they're getting ready to move Fournier.
Okay,
and
let's move Fournier. Who then? Grimes or RJ?
if Fournier doesn't get traded, I'm telling you right now, Fournier is gonna play as a bench. So your answer is gonna be Grimes, Deuce, or somebody in between.
Okay, let's
but
put
ain't gonna
Grimes
be.
in.
And wouldn't it be quickly instead of Grimes?
No,
Nice.
Quickly coming off the bench.
Yeah, quickly has something special already going on with their bench, so they try not to touch it. Yeah.
So who's the 3 then?
I'm gonna tell you this my lineup because you asked that question earlier. I'm Brunson automatically we know the number 1. Number 2, RJ gonna have to be a shooting guard because that's what he is. That's what his height say he is. He needs to be a shooting guard.
Right.
He's 6'6", right?
And at 3, it's Cam.
So it's
because I didn't send a number 1 to Atlanta and a number 1 pick in Kevin Knox to Atlanta to get you and then don't use you. So I'm putting you in that starting lineup. You're gonna have to show me what you got because he's gonna be eligible for an extension. At the 4, you got Julius, and at the 5, you got Mitch.
That's
the lineup I would do. I would run with that.
What is he Tibbs doing though? What's in the reality? What is he Tibbs doing?
If Fournier is still here, Fournier gonna be in that starting lineup.
Exactly.
That's a good question.
RJ gonna play the 3, and Fournier gonna play the 2.
So Cam's gonna back up RJ, which is why they're probably rushing for the 3 right now, because in their mind, RJ is a 3 and Cam's a 3 with the lineup we have right now, with the players we have. So that means that's why they're rushing for a 3. We know we need a 3. I would put RJ at 2 as well. But even Freezy is going IQ at 2, which means RJ is 3. That's putting Cam on the bench at 3. So issue is Cam's a 3, but they're thinking RJ is a 3 also, the way our team is lined out. Or they're trying to interchangeably put Cam, RJ, Grimes, and Fournier 2, 3, and they move around.
Interchangeable,
If you move IQ to the starting position, we're gonna be looking at Derrick Rose being moved to the starting position in postseason. I'm telling you right now, the bench is going to be looking crappier than ever.
All right, what about the Bridges dudes? One is in
Brunson
Charlotte.
Solidified that starting point guard. You got to worry about Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose need to be on the next thing smoking too.
Exactly.
He needs to be gone.
Okay.
And I love Derrick Rose.
Me too.
Hey, but at this point where we
in a trade piece,
Derrick Rose need to go somewhere where he can get a ring before it's all up, man. Go ahead.
He need to be in that sign and trade for Brunson. Need to put him in that. That's what they need to be talking to him about because they need another ball handler. You know,
so what about LA? If remember Kyrie swapping with Westbrook, if they go over there, they can't do nothing over there or no?
LA ain't got nothing I want.
No, a 3-2 team trade. I don't know. That's what I'm asking you guys.
The Nets may have somebody who got
but Jay Boogie, that's a good point. Dallas could use Rose big time because he could play off of Luka. He could do what Jalen Brunson was doing.
They're talking to Sexton right now, by the way. Dallas talking to Sexton.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
So, but they should do a 3-way and take Rose.
Dallas got all of our old players anyway.
But they say Cleveland don't want nothing that Dallas got.
Right.
The last report I saw about that say Cleveland don't want none of their players.
Yeah, the thing was that I think Dallas was like 6 point something over the cap. You know what I'm saying? They was in the red. So it'll be more easier for them to go ahead and just do a sign and trade. But you know what I'm saying, with Rose, you know what I'm saying, that maybe we can open up 2 spots, you know what I'm saying, and 2 for 1 or anything with Brunson. Because they need another ball handler. They ain't got nobody but oh boy, with the Jim Kelly
Okay.
outfit. I can get this name, man. Chop brother, man. What's his name, man?
Whose brother?
Chop Lowe's brother, man.
IQ?
Nah, they play golf for Dallas.
Oh, you talking about Reggie Bullock?
Nah,
Mr. R&B?
Nah, he used to play for Brooklyn, man. And came back from the knee injury last year.
Boy, you got me stumped. I can't.
Yeah, he played good in the playoffs too, man. Dude that was handling the rock for them, you know, the third guard for Dallas last year. He came from Brooklyn. He tore his knee.
D Wendell.
Yeah.
Dinwiddie from Brooklyn Nets.
Dinwiddie.
Yeah, they ain't got but those two ball handlers. You know you can't get a ball to Reggie to handle. Can't give it to
Frank neither.
Yeah, that ball to none of them dudes. Crazy. Remember what Reggie did with that fast break against Atlanta? You got your mind?
Boy, Reggie was bricking like Reggie was building a house, boy.
Got me crazy. Him and RJ coming on a 2-on-1.
But you know, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. In a perfect world, if Tibbs is smart, I ain't gonna say he'd be smart because he got to be pretty smart to be a coach. What he really need to do, he need to have Cam in that starting lineup playing right next to RJ. They can have a semblance of what they had in college. That's what I was waiting on to see this season when we got him. I was like, oh man, he going in that lineup. He gonna be playing right next to RJ. We gonna have something, and we didn't see none of that. Hardly any. We saw a flash of it every now and then, but it wasn't to the degree that I thought he would have played them together.
So you take the acquisition, Uncle Ron, with Brunson Pops as being a part of the staff will maybe, give him certain insights to how to run the offense.
Only thing I think with that signing is somebody that Tibbs obviously knowing he can trust, and he might listen to him. Where a lot of these guys,
And remember, he played for us, right? Remember back in the days?
Listening to them other guys, man.
All right.
Well, I don't found me a coach, man, to come in and coach this team, man. Tibbs, man.
No disrespect to Tibbs, yeah.
Man, I rather them.
He's gonna be the next bench coach to step up and take the next job with somebody, and that's that boy, Chris Quinn, the number one assistant coach of Miami Heat. He comes from up under that Pat Riley and that Eric Spoelstra cloth.
Yeah.
He needs somebody young like that to be with my young squad. I don't need no old head. You know what I'm saying? Talking about give me a slit smart liquor. Nah. I need everything to be even, man.
With ice.
Get rid of all this old technique. Only thing old I want to hear about the New York Knicks is us guys. Or me and my brothers. That's the only thing I want to hear that's, got any age when it comes to New York. It's us guys on these podcasts. I don't want to hear nobody 38 running up and down the court. No. 67 on the coaches. No. I want none of that.
I'm going to tell y'all, though, if Leon can go to small forward, that's a young small forward, ideally I'll be happy. But we got to get one more, man.
He's got a young small forward. His name is Cam.
Well, you need another
not playing him.
Who you got behind him? That's what we talking about, 80. Who you got behind him?
And he's always
That's
hurt.
the problem. We don't have him.
This is his show out year. This is his contract. This is his contract year. If you got the kid, why not see what he can do? He has multiple talents. Like I'm not starting Fournier over him. That makes no sense.
But everything.
He's an old foot. Fournier's an old foot.
Let me say this real quick. Every single time that we started seeing a glimpse of light of Cam Reddish, he always got hurt every single time. It's like as much as we was getting so hype with Cam Reddish,
Well, they put him in the wrong time, and that's when he got hurt.
It's not nah, because that's looking for excuses. That's looking for excuses. Every single time he gets hurt, oh now it's because we put him in the wrong time. Like he's getting hurt because, bro, I don't want
But
to say.
remember, the front office gave the coach full autonomy to do what he want to do.
Shoplo,
Yes,
this
sir.
dude, as much he was shining and we was all getting hype, we felt like we got something. I felt like Coach Thibodeau was getting ready already to start playing him the way we wanted or we intended it for him to play. And guess what? He always ended up hurt. So we cannot
Put him in the wrong
ignore
time.
we cannot ignore that this dude, he's getting hurt. He's getting more hurt than usual.
It was a freak play. Now,
It's not more hurt.
He didn't get always hurt with us. And that was the play that took him up. And matter of fact, it was on defense trying to block a man's shot.
Right.
Right. It's like a shoulder dislocation.
Yeah, came down on that shoulder.
Right.
Ain't no doubt that Cam is probably one of the most skillful players on this team, skill wise. But the thing is,
it's maddening.
That's the thing that scared me.
It's maddening not to see what he can do. That makes no sense, and it's maddening. Just his small size, the small sample that I saw of him in Atlanta. This dude had everything. He had everything an offensive player could want.
Yep,
everything.
And remember, there was games in Atlanta where players was hurt, and he had starting time, and he showed improved.
Man,
right?
the dude had a 28-point game in the playoffs. I don't know how many people remember it.
Right.
You see? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Game. Cam got the ability to be a two-way player in this league, just like Wiggins.
So yeah, I prefer Cam to RJ actually. Believe it or not. So let's go with your lineup then. You know,
yes, sir.
RJ, Cam. Who's on the bench? Or if not, who would you like to pick up, and who's gonna sit as the 12th man because you got it on a small forward? So who's your bench? Who's the second squad then?
As far as what we got right now, right, sir?
Right now you're saying Brunson, RJ, Cam, Randall, Mitch.
IQ is the first person coming off that bench at the six-man position. And I'm gonna let him run the point off the bench.
Right. Yep, I got that.
And I'm gonna go and get Grimes gonna be the two guard.
Yep, I'm with you with that.
So
going, by the way.
I'm gonna skip the small forward
let
I don't know
Ron
who
finish.
we're gonna have as a backup.
You know who?
I'm gonna go.
But you're gonna go with OB.
4, and that
OB next.
To 5. And that small forward position is to stay tuned.
Okay, so we gotta find a small forward then. So we're gonna trade. Let's say trade Fournier, right? And Rose maybe.
Yeah. Well, they've been talking about trading him for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
So let's trade the trade. Let's trade. Fournier is gone. Let's see who's out there as far as small forwards, and let's fill that slot because we gotta fill. If we want a certain format, let's make it happen.
Fournier
existence.
Yo, but wait. Golden State and Kevin Durant. I think they're trying to get Kevin Durant back. What if Wiggins disappears and the whole mess?
They'll be a fool.
Yeah, that'll be crazy.
They'll be a fool.
Oh, okay.
We better jump at the front of the line to go get Wiggins. They'll be a fool to get rid of him.
If
okay,
I feel like they're not gonna if they still at this moment they haven't traded Fournier. Fournier ain't going nowhere because I don't feel like Leon Rose is gonna sell any play that we have low. So that's one, and I'm not gonna go based on who plays 1 or 2, but I'll tell you my lineup real quick with the starters and then the bench. Julius Randle, RJ, put Deuce or Grime. It doesn't matter, one of those two. Give me Mitch and Cam Reddish. And for the bench, I'll keep my I'll stick to my gun. I'll keep IQ, Obi. Let me get Fournier, the new center that we actually got, and Derrick Rose whenever he's able to actually play. And the only reason I love that squad is because it's not about defense. They just want to shoot, cash and shoot. And we need players that actually could shoot with that bench position. It's not about defense. Like that starting position is all about defense. So the only one I want to hear that is a liability in the starting position is Brunson. That's it. I do not want to see another season going with another Kemba or Fournier in the starting position now with two different players.
Yeah, that's gone already. You want shooters off the bench.
Yeah.
Okay. Gunners.
Ron, yeah, you muted.
Where but that Brunson the starter, we paid too much money. He's absolutely the starter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so
Uncle Ron, you think Randall could and people will probably adjust or want to be like, you know what, you're the captain now. Remember the movie? I'm the captain now, right? You think?
Yeah, that's Somali pirate.
Do you understand?
No.
Do you think the players are gonna want to adjust and be like, yo, you know what, you the man, you run things, right?
No.
With
I'm gonna tell you
egos.
like this. I think Brunson gonna command that.
Yeah.
Everybody just saw what Brunson just did in the playoffs.
In the playoffs.
How far any of these
When
players
Luka was out 2 games.
Wait. Let Ron finish. Go ahead, Ron.
Brunson,
Yeah, go ahead, Uncle Ron.
Brunson is the de facto. I mean, it's that's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
He that guy just went, and the guy then got 2 championships in college, and just
Ron,
went to
Hey,
the
yo, I
Western
got
Conference
breaking
Finals.
news for y'all, man. I got breaking news for y'all. For anybody that's a Dallas
Fournier got
Cowboy
traded?
fan.
Uh-oh.
Nah. Anybody that's a Dallas Cowboy fan, they just traded and got DJ Metcalf.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's big.
I don't like them boys. I don't like them Cowboys. I don't like them. Boy, hey, I
Don't get Uncle Ron started.
I feel sorry for who got to play him.
So he got rid of Carmelo Anthony.
So, quick question to Ron.
To my dad.
Which player do we actually have that when the postseason came in didn't actually fold it? Because Brunson, with everything that a lot of people be saying, Brunson showed up in the playoff. He did not.
Yeah, he showed
fold.
up, and that's exactly the reason why he's gonna be the captain, and he's the point guard.
It's not.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
And the way the man carries himself, man, the screams.
And Ron, it doesn't matter how you start. It all matters how you finish it, because it does not matter all this stat number you doing great throughout the season, this and that. If in the postseason, the time that it matters the most, for some odd reason, you forget how to play basketball.
Yeah, that's why Brunson the captain of this team, man. And these guys gonna be happy to have Brunson. I'm telling y'all right now, Julius Randle. Oh my goodness, he's probably the happiest man today.
And Uncle Ron, I'm pretty sure you feel like RJ Barrett never had a better point guard to play with than him too.
Absolutely.
Not just Randall.
Absolutely agree.
Gotta be glad for RJ.
Yeah, you know, is Otto Porter Jr. out there or Jay Crowder? Would you want any of those?
Jay Crowder
or Porter? Otto Porter, either one. Yeah, either one.
I take either one.
I like them too, you know.
Either one.
So
Either
those
one.
Those two are free agents right now, right? So that's backup. Right? That's your second string.
But if I got to pick one, I'm taking Jay Crowder.
Okay, we got Jay, so then that'll be your second string then, right? You got IQ, Grimes, Crowder, Obi, and Hawkinstein.
Man, I will love the Knicks to be mixed with Miles Bridges. Even though with everything, because remember,
hey, but next you gonna make me unplug you.
Bro, let me say this. Let me say this about Miles Bridges. His stock right now is
those Bridges brothers. Remember, they're not brothers, but the 2 Bridges in their last draft.
Hey, do not sleep, because his stock is low. So that's a great thing. So it's not right now. We are not in a disadvantage. Forward. You want to know why, Ron? Because we are not going to overpay him. We're not going to pay him the type of money that he is asking based on what happened like a week or 3 days or 4 days ago.
He's gonna be happy to sign the contract.
Nice. Let me tell you, man. I got 3 daughters.
I know.
I got 3.
Yeah.
And to see what happened to that woman,
also,
ain't no way in the world I would touch it.
So there's not allegations anymore.
Oh,
no
wait.
way.
So it's serious.
It's serious,
man. Hey, go look up the photos. Go look at that woman, man.
Oh,
which one? Miles Bridges or Mikal Bridges? I don't know.
No, Miles Bridges.
There's 2 of them.
Charlotte. Go take a look at that.
The Charlotte
photos, man.
Oh,
ain't no
okay.
excuse for that, man.
I didn't even know about this. I'm sorry.
Ain't no excuse for that.
Oh, so he really? Oh, so it's facts then. I thought it was an allegation.
Hey, go
A
look,
real domestic
go
dispute.
pull it up. Go pull it up. Go Google it right now.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Oh,
It's multiple pictures
I'm a
all over that woman's body, man.
Oh Lord.
boy, so
and what did the league do about this? And what is the league doing about it?
He probably be suspended indefinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was recent. This was recent then.
That was like 3 or 4 days ago.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
And I believe that's his wife.
Oh Lord.
Wow. You know, other players had different situations. I don't know. I didn't even know about this one.
Yeah. No, this is day before free agency.
I can't respect no man beating no woman, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't respect that. That's why I didn't
Listen,
bring his name up.
we don't condone. We don't appreciate that on this channel.
No.
We don't.
That's why I brought up all
And
the Porter and
I didn't know, and I don't like that at all.
Like, even the allegation had me, staying away from him. You're right about him. Stock's low right now, but
and then for what's allegedly being said, and I preface allegedly that this been going on.
Okay,
it ain't the first time. Allegedly.
So Jay Crowder. So that means with Jay Crowder there, it means that McBride.
Let's take that out the conversation.
Where your lineup is, those three are 11, 12, 13, if they're still here.
I like your idea of the auto. When you
I like Crowder too.
And Jay Crowder, because them guys, you need some toughness down there too at that position.
That's another thing we want. Exactly. We need
That boy tough, right? He tough.
Jay Crowder tough.
He tough. He tough.
Both of them guys, man.
So that means basically saying Deuce, Rose, Fournier, if he's still here, or not even talked about. I mean, they're 11, 12, 13th man. And then Sim's going to be backing up as well, the center. So you're basically saying those guys get trash time or injury backup.
Right. The injured reserve players.
Right. So, but if we do what you want to do, on Rose, we gotta send Rose out. We can't have Rose sitting on the bench.
Rose got to go.
And Fournier got to go. We can't have.
You think Tom gonna let him go?
So Rose and Fournier got to go, and we just fill in some spots for those two. Okay.
I'm telling you right now, player. If Rose goes,
I'm gonna be shocked.
Hey, Coach Simmons.
Tom keeping Taj and Rose.
No. Not only that. Coach Simmons, his lineup is gonna be Julius Randle, Fournier, try to get back Kemba, and overplay them. If they go to overtime, he's gonna overplay them for 50 minutes, and nobody's gonna be like, "But I'm still here waiting."
It's only 48 minutes of the game.
Not overtime, Shoplo. Not overtime.
They might be in double. Oh shit!
Man.
Like
I'm telling you right now, Coach Thibodeau is going for, man, if they do not fire me, they asking for it because I'm not going to play nothing but the veterans.
Listen, Uncle Ron and Nice. Let me tell you something. When I was younger, I was a Knicks fan. My brother went to college. I had a room for myself, right? You know, we had 2 people in the room. I had it for myself. I'm watching Knicks games. I saw Jeff Van Gundy. He had a lot of hair earlier and it started disappearing. Like I was watching with Pat Riley and then they left. They said he faxed the thing. I'm leaving, right? And then next thing you know, Jeff Van Gundy, Tom Thibodeau was there. You could see Tom Thibodeau hair is disappearing already.
It's that media, man. It's that media. That's what media, New York media does to you, player.
He's not even Jeff Holzman or whatever.
Bro,
but
Shoplo, if you looking like Patrick Swayze in his good years, man, and you
gotta push to the side.
But listen to this. If you looking forward to work for the front office or the coach position or even assistant coach in the Knicks, you better make sure that the next first or 2 years, you're already looking forward that those hair ain't gonna be there, man.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's stressful, bro.
His hair looked different than it was when he first got on board. Won the champion. But this is very crazy because we've been talking about a whole bunch of other stuff, Freezy stated questions and everything, and we talk about Carmelo Anthony, and we don't appreciate what the front office is doing now because I think we in PTSD because we don't even know we've been going through this shit. Excuse my language, going through this for so many years. And Uncle Ron said, listen, we have to understand and look what's going on and what we're doing. There's a lot of stuff going on that we're putting things in place. Uncle Freezy said, listen, we might be in the IQ could be a.
You know what I tell y'all this, man? The more and more I look at what this team is doing and have been doing, we are operating like a small market team.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're doing. We ain't spending money on over. We're not overpaying for players past their prime no more. We're keeping all our draft picks. We accumulating more draft picks. All that screams and starting with and playing with a bunch of young guys. That's the small market mentality.
So we're doing things accordingly, Uncle Ron, right? Something we've never seen before.
The more I think about it, but I stand on this now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still hot about that draft.
hey, Ron.
I didn't like getting out of that thing, man.
Nobody did.
Daddy, you all right?
Ron, I'm just gonna say.
I hope you didn't bring nothing on. Please.
I know that there's people already saying that this season should be a tank season. I'm telling you, get out of that mindset because, bro, if there's 5 great players and we could be the worst in doing throughout that season, we're not going to get top 5. We're going to get top 6. Something happens, and New York Knicks, for some odd reason, they get pushed us to 6. If there's 10 players and we finish out with the worst season compared to other teams, I'm telling you, we're not going to get top 10. We're going to get 11.
You know what, Nash?
Yo, the Nets is basura now, Papa.
I'm glad you brought that up. I got a message to the NBA. Get rid of that lottery.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. Take the worst teams and have them play in a tournament.
Oh man,
and let them decide who get 1 through 10.
I'm telling you right now.
That's a whole different structure.
Get rid of that lottery, man. Ain't
no the way it was for before. Wait, Uncle Ron.
I ain't never like that. Hey.
What you mean by that, Uncle Ron? Because remember the structure before, and then this way now, and then
no, bro. Because you don't know what's happening.
You ain't got no guarantee.
Yeah,
we had that happen. Remember when Zion was coming out? Everybody knew the Knicks was gonna get the number 1 pick, and we fell to number 3, and we were clearly the worst team in the league.
Yeah,
right. It was Zion, John Morant, and then RJ.
Just the thing too, we weren't trying to be the worst team. We was the worst team.
We was just the worst.
Ron. Didn't get the pick.
With a capital J, we was just the worst team.
Ron, Ron, the funny thing is what you just said. We wasn't even trying, and we was the worst team.
Exactly.
He said capital J. We was just the worst team, right?
Yeah, we was just the worst team, man. And we wasn't even trying. That was a sad thing.
And that's
and we still didn't get Zion.
No.
Get the number 1 pick, so that's what I'm saying. All that stuff about tanking, man, ain't no guarantee you're gonna get that number 1 pick.
That's the year that the NBA decided to do something different. Come on, man.
Yeah, they changed that rule.
They tried to change it.
What?
Wait, isn't Chris Paul? Chris Paul is part of that, right? They probably changed it up.
Who brought that up about that tournament? I think that's a great idea.
Shoplo is like, what? It's not Cleveland. It's not Philly. Worse. Is the Knicks? Now we gotta change something, bro.
Right.
Get rid of that lottery mess, man.
Why we have that stigmata in the league, around the league? Like we just
if it's not okay.
Rodney Dangerfield, no respect. That's what it is. Rodney Dangerfield, no respect.
We gotta depend on the ball, sitting there praying and hope the ball land.
They ain't even freezing the envelopes, right?
Number 1 pick.
And Ron, we not even seeing the ball. It's behind closed doors.
Yeah, they're ready. By the
Come
time
on, man.
That thing already done. So you don't know if they slide somebody in there.
They're taking for granted that the New York market. So we're paying. We're coming to the Garden anyway, and the fans are so frenetic. We're not going to fall off. So
it don't make any sense, man.
When I hear
not David Stern, Adam Silver, the NBA is based in New York City. Yeah, correct.
Man, I'm telling you right
now.
The
market.
Whenever they say that everything is on the lottery, that ball right now. And they say, oh, this team has 75% chance of getting the first place. I'm telling you right now, you better make sure that number goes out 75 times. That's how we gonna do it, because that one time is iffy for me. Now, to me, it's like they putting water on a specific ball just to make sure that that's the one that actually.
Oh, the water, not even oil, right? Like the baby will let it slide through.
Just water.
Yeah, man, it don't make no sense that we in 2022, and you mean to tell me we having a lottery ball
I
determine the outcome of who drafts?
But
that is the dumbest thing I don't care what they say. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
Ron. But I think Jay Boogie was the one that brought that thing up about the
Yeah,
tournament.
but the tournament, Boogie brought that up, and that was a great idea.
And to tell you the truth, I think that the NBA will get exposed because you know how many like they make more of their money, or they feel like they make more of their money on playoff. I'm telling you right now, for the teams that didn't make the playoff, they gonna be on it if a tournament happens like that right after the playoff.
Right.
Yeah, but
Right.
you know what, another thing
Not a playing, right?
Excitement. You talk about the excitement you have to have a tournament to see who get the number one pick.
All
around. Guess what? You can't
This is
sit there
in the
and
off
just be
season.
loafing and just going through the motion throwing games.
Yeah,
because your seating gonna be determined by how you win.
Yep.
Yep. So wait, Uncle Ron and Nice, just the off season right now. It should be happening right now, right? Or no?
You know what? I like the idea of that thing happening right at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Because your worst teams ain't got nothing to do but prepare for the draft anyway.
Yeah.
Go to Cancun.
So let them go ahead and play to see who get that number one pick, and let that thing go on accordingly. And even if you don't do that, do like college football and have a committee
Before summer league.
Ball players that look at these teams and they tell you who's the worst teams,
and
based on how they vote.
Before summer league.
I got another one for you. Even if we don't even do the tournament, do it in a way that all 30 teams throughout those 30 years, each and one of those teams has to have one first draft pick, regardless if they good or bad. They need to have first round pick, just because if one team already had it back to back, it doesn't make no freaking sense.
Right.
You don't you're not doing nothing with it, and it's like you doing that thing on purpose because you saw what it actually worked with Harden, Kevin Durant, and Westbrook. Come on, man. Like we got to stop that.
Yeah, didn't Cleveland have such a lot like that?
If New York Knicks, they have like over 25, 30, it doesn't matter. If they don't have number one draft pick for a while, they should be in conversation saying like, hey, for the next 5 years, New York Knicks this year, or 2023 or 2024, they're gonna have number one draft regardless, just because it's been a long time we have had the first draft pick.
Patrick Ewing.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you.
Yeah, that's about the same time. Rocket dropped that paid in full album. That's about the last time the Knicks had a number one pick.
Hey, I'm going to continue to listen to you guys. I'm about to head out.
All right,
yo, God bless. Salute, yo. We love you. We appreciate you. We love you.
Yes, sir.
Now, I got a question for y'all guys, because y'all seen the breaking news last week. You seen it. Popped up everywhere where sports even exists. They gave Darius Garland a well-deserved 5-year, $193.
190. Not even 110.
And they gave him, I think it was 193. And he got a chance to make, I think, over 200. My question is what are we giving RG? Because I say it first, he ain't nowhere near on that guy's game.
No, I agree.
So what are we giving RG?
That dude Shot Powers was, or remember Uncle Freezy, the dude the other day was talking about that same thing you just said, Unc.
The max I'm gonna give RG is 125.
Big bro.
That's the max, and that's stretching it. 125 is the most I would give him right now.
But if he makes the All-Star team, like Freezy
and
says,
have some incentives in there.
If he makes the All-Star team this year, like Freezy says he's gonna do, why would you do that?
But do we have that to give it to him?
Have to have some incentives.
Is what dude was saying.
First or second NBA, All-NBA, and you make All-Star, then your contract can go up to 150, 160. But ain't no way I'm giving RJ 185 right now. I've said that a long time ago when that stuff came up. RJ,
so we got
18 shots a game to score 20 points. RJ don't shoot free throws good. We know he doesn't have a mid-range game really to speak about. I can't give him no 185. No. And I love RJ.
185?
Yeah, he's eligible for 185.
Oh, snap.
He ain't no 185 right now, man. And anybody, they're just being a home if they say he's worth 185 right now.
But Uncle Ron, Freezy was saying about IQ.
With the 3rd overall pick, and we gotta show loyalty. You show loyalty, but you ain't gotta be stupid.
He got to show improved this year.
Yeah, he got to. And if I was RJ, you know what I'd do? I wouldn't even sign it this year. Guess why?
Why?
Because now you got me a point guard. Gonna make my job a whole lot easier.
So that's a question. Then
I wouldn't sign it this year.
Wait, you have to understand what Uncle Ron is saying, because he don't have to do it this year, but it's until October, right? Until October, he have to sign that contract.
They can wait till next year.
He could wait till next year.
He's eligible this year.
So no other team would do like a sign and trade or a offer sheet for him. No.
No, not right now.
Okay.
The Knicks
girl, shout out to Harlem Girl.
Got control of him.
Okay.
Jay Boogie, how much you giving RJ right now?
I ain't even
185.
Thought of the numbers yet, man. Harlem Girl don't shot at me. She talk about it ain't my buddy, so I don't know. Shout out to Harlem Girl, man.
Yeah, Harlem Girl. I
would say that.
But I'm gonna tell y'all this: I am re-signing him. That I'm gonna make perfectly clear. I'm re-signing RJ. We just gonna have to come in agreement on that dollar amount.
Get the money.
I'm re-signing him. He ain't getting out of town.
Take the money.
150.
With them incentives, if he hit them incentives, yeah, I could do 150. With them incentives that we talked about. If he hit the All-Star, if he make the All-Star, I'll give him 150.
But then Freezy was talking about IQ too. Remember IQ too? He wanna
be eligible at the end of the season.
He gonna want some money too,
5 years.
Who RJ for 5 years? Oh, I go 5. You know, one thing he does have on his resume that most of these guys that got paid don't have. RJ don't be missing time like that.
Health. Exactly.
And the only reason why he had a freak injury, all because of Tibbs kept him in the game late when the game was over. When we was getting blown up.
Well, the Tibbs haters gonna be like, I told you he was playing him too long. Yeah.
They telling the truth on that. RJ should have been in the game at that point.
Tell him, preach.
Yeah,
they don't know.
But I'm gonna tell you, 150 ain't a bad deal. When the more I think about it, 150 is a good deal, man.
It's a good deal.
150 is a good deal because you still saving 30, 35. Yeah, that ain't bad, man. Hey, 150.
And what they gave Randall?
I don't know. I can't.
160 something. 160 something, right?
No.
All right. What you got about 130? 115? Freezy,
because you can't ruffle feathers because the Brunson got 103, right? So I'm the dude right now. So RJ, give me that 150. I'm the franchise player.
Y'all better stop talking about that money. Y'all hear the women in the chat. Y'all hear all the
y'all better take me out. Freezy. When we go to the game, Freezy.
Hey, I don't know if this is true. My man Almighty Finesse just said, breaking news. The Knicks have traded Fournier and Cam for OG Anunoby. Is that true? Somebody let us
Wait.
No. All right, no.
Yo, hold on. Freezy, check the channels, Freezy. Wait.
Is that true?
No, that ain't true.
A lot of other people were high on Nobi.
Nah, ain't nothing hit my phone.
For Cam and Fournier? For Anunoby?
Yeah, but Randall's everything, by the way, but like Big Jack said,
it's a spam caller.
Per year, Randall's going to average probably about 23 to 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way it looks right now, Bronson may even get 27 and a half. So, where's RJ get per year? 30?
You asking me?
I'm just throwing it out there.
30 over 5 years.
Yeah, Freezy, you got the math. You got the statistics. Let's go.
Because you asking me, you already know what he getting.
He getting the bag. Freezy giving him the Brinks truck.
The bag.
The Brinks truck.
Freezy go back up. Hey, this is what you gonna hear.
No, Ron.
He gonna have me drive it.
No, you know what you gonna hear? You gonna hear. What's the name? What you call it? Juvenile. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Back that thing up. They gonna be playing. Girl, you looking bad there.
Back that thing up. Back that thing
Yeah,
up.
you gonna back that thing up. That's what you gonna hear.
Man, you silly boy. You silly.
RJ getting 185, and I'm like, cut the check.
Wow.
I ain't gonna play no games with this thing that we got, man.
But I think RJ's a franchise
I'm
player.
gonna tell
They
you,
want to keep
if I'm
him.
RJ, I ain't signing it this year. I'm gonna make you give me that 185. If you talk to me about anything less, I'm gonna gamble on myself, and I'm coming back next year with a better point guard than I've had since I've been here. And I
Can't go nowhere.
guarantee you, I'm gonna play better than I did last year.
I agree.
That's what I would do.
With Julius too?
Oh, Julius,
He
regardless of who RJ is in the best situation right now. Because he can either sign now or sign later. It's actually in the Knicks' best benefit to go ahead and pay him now. Because if he make it the next season, guess what? He got leverage.
Retain their assets.
185.
Kind of like what Brunson did, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it would behoove that front office to go ahead and pay him right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you know what you pay him right now? You pay him right now because you know the CBAs do this set to expire in a year or two, right? And if you wait on that, if you wait on the salary cap to go up to 160, 170, when right now it's at 121, instead of sitting here complaining about RJ make 37 million, you're gonna be complaining that RJ making 49 million.
Woof.
Right. And so either you gonna pay now or you could pay later. But trust me, you gonna pay. Right?
Yes, sir.
You gotta pay to play.
Yeah, it's just what it is. And if it get out in the media that the Knicks only offered RJ Barrett $25 million a year, you thought people wasn't coming here in free agency. Now people ain't gonna try to come here and trade.
They definitely not coming now.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
man.
Freezy is a lot for them to think about, but for me, if I'm in that front office, I'm gonna try to go ahead and lock him up now. And I think Chop, you just said that was a good point. I ain't gonna mess around and have a Brunson situation.
Right.
Because that's big. That's the thing people ain't talking about too. That's a big loss for Dallas, man.
Yep.
Major loss. That's a bigger loss to Dallas than what we gained. Dallas ain't going back to no Western Conference Finals this year.
I'm
gonna tell y'all that right
now.
So are we sleeping on Rose and them?
I'd offer him 120 right now, and let him negotiate and go up to 150 and pay him 150. That's what I'd offer. I do.
So you would offer him $24.8 million a year, and you would let Mark Berman write about that in the newspaper.
No.
You know, I noticed Mark ain't been writing much no more. Some new dude writing for them.
You know, listen, the things done changed in the yeah, I know.
He on vacation.
He on vacation. Some other cat been writing.
Yeah, he on vacation, man. He went to the
And you know, it's so funny in the newspapers. I be showing my dad like, yo, hold up, this not the same player they talking about. They have a picture of somebody else. It's not the same player.
But I'm gonna tell you, 150 ain't bad.
Let's start at 140.
I think 150 would be a good point.
No,
So
you guys start a little lower though. Start with the 140. Let him come back to the 180, and let's meet somewhere in the middle at 150, 155. That's what I try to do right now.
RJ representation is gonna start leaking things to the media about how you're a bad organization.
No, he would never do that. He's a good kid.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this.
Nah, but this business though, Chop. This business.
Right.
But I still doubt he would do that.
Freezy, I'm gonna tell y'all this though, man. As much as I like RJ, and I hope
I think RJ is a franchise player.
I'm afraid with this Donovan Mitchell news keep hanging around this cloud, that black cloud hanging around the franchise right now with all the talks about him. Because that'll be so like the New York Knicks to do something like that.
Yeah.
I would not touch Donovan Mitchell.
I gotta take my hat off.
And I like his game too. But for what they would have to give up to get that guy, man, RJ is gonna be gone. They're already saying it.
Exactly.
So I want RJ. If we even thinking about trying to get Donovan Mitchell. And for that alone, I'm out. Don't
These are all speculations, though, Uncle Ron. I don't know.
Hey, where there's smoke, there's fire, Tupac.
I know.
The grill is smelling. It's in the backyard. You smell it.
What's that hickory wood, or we got regular coal?
Hey, that's hickory chestnut off.
We cooking today, brother.
Hey,
I'm not...
that T-bone steak on the grill. Eggs and Welch's grape.
But whatever I do with RJ, I give him a 5 year.
Jay Boogie love RJ. You hear him? He's like, he's like, I don't want to let him go, but just in case. I hear it in his voice.
No, I'm just saying, you never know what can, somebody might throw something at us that we can't refuse. You never know. You know what I'm saying? And then we always talk about the sewing on the front of the jersey and the rightness on the back of the jersey. See, they sold that in the front. That stuff in the back, they just wrote that. That's magic black markers and stuff like that.
Remember, sometimes it was wrong. Remember, somebody had the wrong jersey on or something.
Yeah, but nah, I could go 5 year with 4 year with a player option. Give them a player option on the 4th year, something like that. I don't know the numbers though, but it's got to be somewhere in the facility or somewhere between 168 and 175. It's got to be somewhere between there. You got to give it to him.
Yeah, it's what the market dictating, man. It's what the market dictating.
But the market.
Yo, Finesse is asking, who's RJ's agent?
That's a good question.
No, chill. I could tell, big bro. Wait, relax, big brother. You want to call him right now? No, man, don't call him.
But see, I ain't counting his
who's agent.
I ain't counting his bag, but we can't act like he ain't getting no money in the city. He got the peanut butter jelly thing.
The Puma deal.
He got the airport thing going on over here where his land is at. He gets some bread now, so I know he'll like to stay in the marketplace and continue on getting some bread now. You got peanut butter jelly deal, boy. You got a deal, man.
Wait. You talk about that's the Goobers where they have the everything in one. Remember when we was kids?
You remember Goobers?
Yeah, remember it was the peanut butter and the jelly in the same container. I love that one. I used to just eat that.
Hey, Chop, you just made me have a flashback to my military days, man. My partner from Georgia had that in his refrigerator in his room, and his roommate ate that stuff up, man. They was about to fight.
Hey, y'all get ready to jump off, man. I got to do some things, man. God bless you.
Salute. Love you, big bro.
Free day.
Well, we do know that RJ's not represented by CAA. That's why we do know that.
Okay.
You did, Freezy. But he's not CAA. At least we know RJ's not CAA. So Freezy's right. The agent may drop some news out there if we offer him to try to lowball him.
Right. And so the thing I wanted people to mention is, or think about is, would you have given Paul George at age 21 a rookie max deal? Look at Paul George's numbers, 12 points a game. Would you have given it to Paul George?
Wait, is that after remember the All-Star practice when he broke his thing? I was like, oh.
Because if you wouldn't have given it to Paul George would have been a Laker. If you wouldn't, he would have left Indianapolis and been a Laker. Would you have given it to Kawhi Leonard? Kawhi Leonard would have been a Laker. He averaged 11.9 points a game. Would you have given that money to Zach LaVine? Zach LaVine averaged 18.9 points a game. Would you have given it to Bradley Beal? Bradley Beal averaged 15.3 points a game.
Nope.
Right?
Thank you, Freezy.
So in other words, y'all hear Freezy talk. He said we don't give him that money. He's going to be a Brooklyn Net.
He'll be a Toronto. If you don't give RJ this money, he'll be a Toronto Raptor, beating you to death for the next 10 seasons. Right? You're right, because only Knicks fans do that, bro. When you talk to other fan bases don't be counting they own the money like that. Other franchises be like, do what you got to do to keep them.
Right.
It's hard to get a star in your building, bro. It's hard to get good players in your building. People think it's easy. Just go get Kevin Durant. What?
Yeah, but us in the New York market is in question. People question it all the time, like,
And that's why we don't have no championships.
shoulda, coulda, woulda. Yeah.
How many championships the Nets got? 0. How many championships the Knicks got in 77 years?
Yeah, I was born in them years. Yeah, it
2,
was a
and
long
they
time
won
ago.
them. They won them 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying, man, bro? This whole thing about money and plan and respect, man. Look, man, it's like the other day I was talking to Cully about this song he made, a joint called "Keys to the City," right? And it's on YouTube. Google Cully and "Keys to the City," right?
Okay.
And I was talking to Cully about how when you're an artist and you put out dope content, fans appreciate it, and you can't tell me as a fan what I'm not gonna do. I'll do whatever it is that I want to do to appreciate your stuff.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. RJ, man, think about this. Before RJ, we used to always complain that we ain't never had a shooting guard. We ain't had a shooting guard since Allen Houston. Remember that? We ain't had a shooting guard since Allen Houston. We ain't had a shooting guard since Allen Houston. Now we got RJ. Now we talking about, nah, I ain't paying him. and then we want people to respect us.
Yes, sir.
Right? And then we want people to respect us. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing we just said. Play the kids, play the kids, play the kids, play the kids. Soon as Carmelo drive by New York, we like, well, screw them kids. Melo, we'll play Carmelo 20 minutes a game. I know he's 38, but so what? What are we doing? Come on, man. And it's not all the Knicks fans. It's not all the Knicks family. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. I ain't talking about Eric, but it's the loud minority that be like, no, I ain't paying no RJ Barrett. Well, who are you gonna pay? Aaron Aflalo? You gonna pay Aaron Aflalo? You gonna pay Courtney Lee?
But we have to agree with everybody had their own personal preference or their own,
Right. So if they like Chris Copeland, go back and sign him.
Oh, remember him, the light skinned dude?
Hey, Freeze, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna holler back.
All right, bro.
All right,
salute.
Yeah. If you like Courtney Lee, then go back and sign him then. Right? If that's what you want. Because Zach LaVine was an unrestricted free agent. And the Knicks were in his top 3. And he didn't sign here. Sorry.
They retained him, right? They retained him, Unc?
No, he chose Chicago. And we could say it as fancy as we want to say it. The truth of the matter is he chose Chicago. He didn't choose New York. Right? And it ain't always about the money because Jalen Brunson could have got more years. And he chose New York over Dallas.
So you could have got more money besides New York?
Probably in the long run, he could have got more money. But the thing is with cats like RJ Barrett, man, pay the man and root for him. Pay him.
Okay.
Yeah, man. What are we doing? We like, I'm not gonna pay RJ $185 when Darius Garland plays in a smaller market and under less scrutiny. In a bigger shadow, he playing behind LeBron. LeBron's cast such a big shadow in Cleveland that this next generation can hide behind. They can hide behind what LeBron did. Right? Ain't no hiding in New York.
He has to live up to that legacy.
You front and center.
Right.
Every night. You front and center every night. You establishing your own legacy every night. Right? And we like, nah, he ain't worth it. I'll give him $27 a year. Nah, bro, pay that man, man. Pay that man. I remember people used to say that about soldiers. Soldiers don't deserve no money. They don't deserve no pay. They serving their country. They should be doing it for free. Right.
But they would get a Purple Heart, right? We would get a little bit of medals here and there, right?
Right, you're right. You're right.
We'll be recognized, right? And amongst our peers, right?
Right.
And even when we carrying them caskets, right, with the flags on top of it, right? Get to the C-130s, right? When we got to go back home, right? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And so Ashley, you hear that? You hear that? You do it for free because you get a free burial and a flag and maybe a Purple Heart. I'm not disrespecting what Chop said because
you serving your country,
right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then but when it comes
or
time
your
to paying
team,
people, when it comes time to paying people who provide something, man, pay that man, man. Why the Knicks always got to Knicks stuff up, bro?
True.
You know, man, New Orleans ain't even thought about it. Yeah, we keeping Zion.
I know. Not a
Yeah, Cleveland was like, nah, we ain't even gonna let this thing get down the road. We keeping Darius Garland.
Right.
They ain't even let it get down the road.
Yeah.
They like, yo, we chose this young player for a reason.
So why is IQ not recognized like that? What's Freezy trying to say? I'm sorry.
It ain't his turn yet.
One more year next year.
Yeah, when it's his turn, he'll be in that. But right now, it ain't his turn. Right?
How about Cam? Would you pay Cam right now?
I would offer something with Cam.
I make offer.
I would offer something with Cam. Cam ain't done enough for this franchise for me to be going over the top. But RJ been an A1 day one. RJ been a starter since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Right through all the ups and downs, the downs and the ups.
Yep.
And the downs. Right? RJ been a starter from day one. Cam ain't been a starter from day one. Cam ain't. And I'm not knocking Cam for not being homegrown. I'm not knocking Cam for not being homegrown. What I'm saying is he hadn't proven enough with us for me to be talking max contract with him.
Right.
And do we pay him? Yeah, I would say yes. I would say yes. But but it's that thing that it's the Knicks fans that always say the Knicks fans always be like, I'm gonna say one thing during the summer when the season starts, I'm gonna say something else. And it be every year. Like they be like Sarge. Last summer, it was tank. The Knicks need to tank. The Knicks need to tank. Right? And then during the season, when the Knicks were losing 20-point leads, Knicks fans was like, the Knicks blew a 20-point lead, fire Tibbs. And I'm like, wait a minute, didn't last summer you were saying tank? And now that the Knicks lost, you like the Knicks shouldn't have lost? And they like, but nah, it's how you lost. You got to look good losing. No, it ain't that. You got to stop double talking and being a hypocrite as a fan.
Exactly.
If you say one thing, stick to it as a fan.
It's just PTSD, that we have. We have it. Everybody.
What's his name saying? Let's give Cam 3 years. Margaret Edwards says 3 years, 45 mil. Decent. Team option, third or fourth. So tradable contract.
I'm gonna say this to you. I'm gonna say this, right? Y'all know I believe Quickly is gonna be the most improved player.
Okay.
I think Quickly is this season's Fred VanVleet.
Right.
When you watch the games, Quickly does what Fred VanVleet does, but better.
Right. I agree.
Right. Fred VanVleet benefited from having a great team around him. Mm-hmm. Is he a great player? Yes. But he benefited from Fred VanVleet benefits from having Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes around him. What if Emmanuel Quickly had them players around him? It's the same thing. I think Quickly is also better than Jordan Poole. What if Emmanuel Quickly played beside Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins? What would Quickly be doing?
Oh man, yeah. Who's that? G. Robertson.
Yeah, man. And I didn't mean to go off on a tangent like that, man. I didn't want to take all the air out the balloon.
Oh no, it's cool.
But the thing is sometimes I think we lose context because we are so desperate to win.
Right.
We are so desperate to win that we forget that RJ Barrett had a better age 21 season than Kawhi Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
And Kawhi Leonard was playing for a NBA contender, a title contender.
Right.
RJ Barrett had a better age 21 season than Paul George. And Paul George played for a playoff team. Right? It's a lot of things to consider.
Sometimes numbers don't lie, but they do lie as far as in direct, you know. So I don't know, but yeah, I could dig it.
Yeah,
I'd be happy right now if our team is competitive. We don't have to get even the playoffs next year. I just want a competitive product on the court. I want to see some solid direction. So right now, I'm good with where the team is going right now.
Yeah, bro. Sarge, we're gonna win a championship in 4 years.
I agree. We're on the right
We're
path.
gonna win We're going to win a championship 4 years, and we're gonna do it in an unconventional way. Right?
What if it happened next season? Out of nowhere. What if it was to happen?
Then me and Sarge probably gonna be celebrating somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere in New York City, somewhere in Brooklyn, we're gonna be celebrating.
Yep.
Hey, Crown Heights, stand up.
Exactly. Oh,
Salute Crown Heights, for real. That's where I'm from. Born and raised. You heard?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, everybody who wins a championship doesn't do it the same way. That's the thing I've been trying to say to Knicks fans forever. You don't have to model your team after what you see somebody else do. Be yourself. Sarge, you remember when you used to have to tell your kids that? The kids be like, but little Jimmy got Jordan such and such. Man, be yourself, man.
Exactly.
Wear your own stuff.
Yep.
Be your own self, man. You don't have to be like nobody else. Like I saw Hardwell put a picture on Twitter about 2 weeks ago. I was like, look at that young man right there being himself, dripping with swag. Shout out to Hardwell. I saw the picture he put on Twitter. I was like, look at that young man right there. He overflowing with swag, just being the best version of himself. He ain't trying to be nobody else.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Hardwell for doing that. And Knicks
Salute.
fans, how about we do that? How about the Chop Lows of the world be the best versions of Chop Low? You know what I'm saying? Not try to be his big brother. You know what I'm saying? Be like his big brother or like his cousin or nobody. Right? How about the Knicks just be the best version of ourselves and walk and talk proud, walk tall with your chest out, your chin up.
Exactly.
Be the best version of yourself. Anyway, y'all, let me get out of here. I want to end this before it hit 4 hours. I'll be trying not to do the 4 hour videos. It's not like the conversation don't be good. I just don't be wanting to fun because people be like 4 hours of Knicks. That's longer than the game. Yeah, it's just longer than the game. Yeah, Sarge, we gonna rock tonight. Knicks Tonight podcast. Chop Low, we gonna rock tonight. Knicks Tonight podcast. I don't have a guest to come on tonight. We're just gonna rock with the same crew. Everybody come back through for the Knicks Tonight podcast tonight at 11. I'm gonna try to do some Knicks talk on vibes and stuff. I'm gonna just try to do a Knicks hangout. Just a Knicks hangout on vibes and stuff, where we could just talk whatever it is that y'all want to talk about. I'm gonna try to do that over there.
Sounds great, man.
I'm gonna invite y'all to come over.
So you gonna talk about the Omarion and such versus battle that just came up? I know in vibes you're talking about other things other than the Knicks.
We did that already, Chop.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, you think we ain't talking about that dude on stage eating watermelon? Come on, bro. You know we already did that.
I was like, I gotta look at the whole thing. I don't know. All right.
Yeah, man. Hey, and so listen, man. Chat, I love y'all, man.
Yes.
Respect to the chat, and I'm a proud.
Dude, the chat is the family.
Right, and I'm a proud representative of you guys. When people asking me about what y'all say, I tell them exactly what y'all been telling me. So keep all that feedback coming. I'm a proud representative of Knicks Nation.
Right.
I do it proudly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm bringing people here. I'm bringing people on, whether it's the morning show or the night show, whichever is more convenient for the guests, so that y'all can get a pulse of how people think about y'all around the league. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all tonight.
Yo, my lad, bless up. Love you, brethren.
Appreciate it.
Yo,
you know, I'm a little Uncle Freezy, his little weird ass nephew. Get out of here.
Bim.